What's going on, people? We had Jasper on a while ago, but I guess we lost him. Hopefully audio is working good. I was having problems with it a while ago. What y'all smoking on? We smoking on we got some E's and B's. I forget what this is. And then we're gonna be doing some blinkers here in a minute. What's up, Tommy? Monza? Oh shit. James. What? Good to be back. What's up, Bill? Good to be back. It's just been a lot of busy up here. Been busy here.
That's the truth.
Been busy. Oh. We already got the guy down there. The man.
Russell ready.
Yeah, he's ready. He come in ready. He knows what's up. He knew that. He seen that flyer.
We always seem to find a great photo, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know who does them stuff, but I imagine they're pretty high most of the time when they're doing it.
I believe you.
We'll go ahead and bring him on in here.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
What up, buddy?
First time in this, so I had to borrow the wife's computer. I wasn't
You'll have that on a big job.
That's right.
Oh.
Well,
right.
Usually we start off with how you got into this, but I'm just going to skip that real quick and say congratulations on a hell of a fucking weekend.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
My God.
It was just our night, you know. Hell, even a blind squirrel find an acorn every now and then.
Yeah.
No,
it sure did look like it. It looked like it was working great.
Yeah.
Getting a win over Bank Robber, getting a win over Daddy Dave. Daddy Dave's been hot as hell, and Bank Robber's always doing Bank Robber shit. So,
man, Bank Robber's tough, dude. That little LS he's got is nasty. It's mean, you know. And honestly, that was the only car on the property I was really worried about. I mean, that car had been flying.
Yeah, him and his dad are such great people too.
Yeah. I think he run his personal best this weekend. Him and I talked, quite a bit, and man, his little car's on a mission. I mean, it ran really good.
I believe it.
Not good enough.
Yeah, not almost good enough, just not good. Later in the night might have been a different story. The air got a little better or whatever. But
sometimes it's just a matter of when you get them.
That's right.
I'm a big fan of big blocks, so.
Yeah, them Hemis, just out on the big end, that Hemi's going to be hard to deal with.
You bet. So now that we kind of jumped into that real quick, how did you get started in all this drag racing and stuff?
Man, I've done this stuff all my life. My problem is about the time I get a car and get to doing pretty good, somebody offers me more than I paid. And I'm not married to none of this stuff. I buy every one of them, looking for that dollar, instead of trying to make it all the way through the year. When you make 10 or 15 grand and they're gone and there's a new one,
I'm the same way.
I tell everybody I hate money and love working because I start over and I start over and I start over and I'm always, working on this shit. If I just keep one, I might be fast,
Yeah.
But I started when I was 14 years old. My dad used to sign saying that I had a license so I could drive local stuff around here. If you didn't have a driver's license, wouldn't let you race. And he used to sign saying I left my license at home and I was 16, And so it's been a passion all my life. I just I don't keep anything long enough. I've had a bunch of opportunities to race a bunch of stuff, and just before I get a car lined out and somebody has to have it.
I really like this one.
You can't.
Yeah, I do. So this is going to be hard to get rid of. I mean, I watched Russell with the car, man, and he did real good with it. I really give all the credit to them guys because he set the car up. He got it all working and put together. And of course, Wade is a whiz on the computer, and he had all the data on this car and everything. And So I went back to him and asked him if he would, if he would tune for me because, he's got probably 500 data logs on the car, there was no need in starting over. And man, really them guys is who did this. I was just a loose nut behind the wheel, I mean,
I look like you were doing some driving too.
Well, we had to drive it a little bit, but I mean, I guess that's why I called it piranha, like the fish its tail a little bit, it gets a little loose once in a while, but we actually, man, I went to Justin Reed's on the way down and we did a complete bar change and changed the springs on the rear of the car. We didn't even know if it was going to go straight, if it was going to wheelie. We didn't know what it was going to do. And the car did well. It really responded good.
That's a big
Justin
change.
Knows what he's doing anyway, too.
Yeah, he does,
Justin,
man. You surround yourself with good people, and you get good results.
Yeah, that's another great guy.
Yeah. This is a second weekend in the car. Never been in the car till the race down there at North Georgia, that not Daddy Day, but Ryan and Kai put on. That was the first race in it. First pass ever in the car, never went testing, never nothing. Went down there, made a couple passes. Justin put me out, Justin Reed put me out in that Camaro he was driving. And this was the second race. So, man, I'm just tickled to death. 2 races in the car, almost no time in it. And, to go run through a field of bears is pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing. It looked good the first time out, too. It was making fast passes.
It was wanting to wheelie out on the big end, at about 500 feet or whatever. It was wanting to tote the front end, and we was racing in a headwind, and we were kind of a little worried about blowing it over. And then we got salty because I knew Justin was fast, and so we got busy with it down early and was going to try to take some out of the top, and he was already wheeling by the 330, So the car again, Russell had it set up, he had it working. He he done all the hard work and had it all dialed in. I just had to get in there and, kind of straighten it back out. They've been on radios with it, so the bars were changed and stuff, but I give the credit to them, man. I ain't had it long enough to take the credit.
Well, you're willing it though. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I do my best, and I appreciate that. I feel like I can drive anything, but that may not be the case.
I don't know. That's a short-base car. They're
Yeah.
I'd say
it's a little different.
What's next?
I don't know. We're trying to get in the $75,000 race.
Yes.
I think they're full. We're hoping maybe somebody drops out of that. If somebody's broke or something and can't make it, maybe we can get in that race. We're definitely going to Boost's race. Just going to try to get a few passes in the car between now and then. Try to get a little more comfortable in it. So we can get a little better ET. We're going to try to race the big stuff with it. I went and bought the car, and I learned how expensive it is to run a Hemi. And to have a tuner all the time and everything, So I took Rocky Harrell on as a partner last week. As a matter of fact, he brought me a sack of money and a title to the racetrack this weekend. So we officially partnered up Friday, and we're going to run his cars on the backside and stuff. Do some of this no prep stuff, with the Tennessee Hustler, and we're going to just run this car kind of more on the bigger stuff, the bigger scale stuff, and it costs too much money to go run every weekend, and beat the crap out of. But I think we got a contender, on the big stuff.
Yeah, and Rocky's good people too.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
Yeah. Definitely picked a great group to surround yourself with.
Well, again, you surround yourself with good people, you get good results. We got a good tuner, got a good guy that put the car together, and the rest is easy.
You want to get in with the question?
Yeah, I had to move out because I don't want people in the other rooms complaining.
I got you. Yeah, I don't know if it's
Florida, so we're staying at this hotel and there's 1,000 balconies, and I was out on the balcony and I could hear everyone else, and I thought, man, I'm already got us about kicked out of here for smoking too much weed. So
You staying at the one that I stayed at last time?
no, I don't know. We're at that thing.
No.
We're over in Madura Beach.
Oh, okay. Yeah, living the life.
You're here what day, Lim?
I fly in Wednesday.
Yeah, so maybe I'll come find you and blaze down. We'll get Jeff.
Yeah. You know what we're doing. We're doing racing, and then I'm flying back home.
Perfect.
What is the schedule looking like this year? I mean, I know a lot of people's went front side stuff and kind of getting away from the backside. That was kind of the reason I sold my car last year. And kind of geared. I had a good little car last year, made more money I've ever made with a car, but everything was kind of going to the front side. So I had to step it up.
Yeah, it's I guess it depends on your poison. You know what I mean? I guess what you're into. People won't run on front side and they'll run on backside or vice versa. If you got some guys around here in Texas, they don't mind either one. They like either one. So
I prefer the backside. I like the backside better. It's just seems like around here everything's went front side. Like all the tracks that did a bunch of backside stuff is no backside this year, all front side. And it's so far to travel and stuff. And everybody's got so fast, man. It's just already want extra him, to run on the front side, or you're kind of spinning your wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're already wanting me to try to slow down the track out in Abilene, and I'm like, and after one race, and I'm like, I don't know, that's concrete, dude. You can't.
Yeah, you ain't gonna sandblast it every run or grind it every.
I'll scrape it, but it's just gonna get faster,
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's got so fast, it's crazy. I mean, 5 years ago, if you just said people are going to be running these numbers on 28s, I'd have told you, there's no way, it's not possible. But
especially on no prep.
Yeah, it's got crazy.
Like there weren't even dudes running on slick prep this fast, but yeah, I don't know. We kind of have a car for both. My car is more street and backside, and Jeff's car that I drive is more front side. So we're kind of lucky. I like backside a little better too. I don't know. That's so hard for me to say because I really like going fast.
Yeah, I think everybody does, but I just think the backside makes it a little more budget friendly. I mean, more of the average man can go run on the backside and be competitive.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like even for someone like us, it's such less wear and tear on whatever we're running. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. We got away from it there for the last 2 years. We've done we've done it and done okay at some places, won a few races, but I don't know. We started backside only almost and then got away from it. Kind of like War in the Woods caused that some.
Right.
And then I don't know. Now we got one for both, so we'll just go to everything.
Well, I mean that's the perfect world.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of pointless to turn down a Hemi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, there's too much maintenance and too much wear and tear to go run 580s with a Hemi.
Yeah. It's like that's kind of pointless in my opinion. But some people don't want to turn their stuff down, which is fine. Different strokes for different folks. It is what it is. But, you just got to pick your poison sometimes.
Well, that's what's great about our partnership is because, Rocky's still got his car, Tennessee Hustler, to go do, the backside stuff and all. And we don't have to kill the Hemi car, but where he can't compete on the front, with these big cars and big names. And, we got a car that we feel like is going to be a contender wherever we go.
Yeah.
Until somebody brings a big checkbook, and then I'll be starting over again, and nobody will know my name anymore.
That was crazy.
You hit him with the question?
I can't even remember. Didn't we change it? I've been sitting here this whole time trying to remember what the new question was.
I'm sure chat remembers what the question is. I can't.
What was our question, guys?
I've been high a lot lately.
So high too lately.
I know on the table it's the worst hotel story.
Yeah, and then we were doing the would you want to live now or then, but then we switched it. Remember? I was like, man,
advice. What about going back in time or something like that?
Yeah.
Y'all trying to get me all fucked up.
Okay, so we'll just hit you. We'll hit you with the
questions to the pictures now. So,
what's your favorite safe word?
Oh, that one was a good one. We'll hit you with the original. So, if you could go back in time, but you can't like go back in time and know what you know now, you can just literally go back to one point in your life. Would you go back to a point, or are you happiest right now?
Oh man, that is a difficult. I mean, hell, I don't know. I mean, if you couldn't know what you know now, you'd probably make the same dumbass mistakes again. You know, I mean, so I guess we go back and live again and live longer, because you're just going to fuck up, make the same stupid mistakes and decisions again. You know, you get to do it twice.
Yeah.
Now, what if you can go back with your Maverick 7 years ago when no prep pretty much was getting going?
How
much would that be?
That would be pretty nasty. I mean, that would be. I mean, that problem is though the technology wasn't there. You know, I mean, if you took the car back in time, you know, I think you'd just be overpowered and spinning your wheels. It's you know, Field Tech and all has made, you know, this all possible. Really, you know, Holly too. You know, I mean, because all the sensors and can read everything. You know, when we didn't have that, there was no way to manage these cars to do the stuff that they're doing today. And you know, I don't think it mattered if you know what you had back before technology got there, because you know it's all about power management.
Yeah, I've been saying that for years, that it's, you know, technology is what got us to where we are right now.
And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
Well, I don't. You know, we're all adapting.
It's just like. It's always going to keep getting faster a little bit, or they'll change the clock or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the NHRA going from a quarter to 1,000 feet. You know, they're going to have to start shortening stuff up or something if they want to slow it down, because technology is making it better and better and faster and faster. And you know, how do you tell somebody that wants to go as fast as they can go, you got to slow down, you can't go no faster.
Yeah, and get them to do it is two different things.
Yeah.
You know, you're always out wanting to set a personal best every time you go out. So
that's right.
I mean, that's the whole reason of racing.
Yeah, I mean, you're not just racing the guy next to you. You know, you're trying to make yourself better, your program better every time. You know, you're trying to do better than you did before, and you know, knock on wood, we have the last 2 weekends in a row. So, but at some point, it's going to get harder and harder and harder to do.
Yeah, and then you know, well, you got a name for yourself now, so you got your own chopping block.
Yeah, I got a target now, big old target on my back. So, but
yeah, no more sneaking up on anyone.
Well, my little car last year, I put first round duck on the wing of it, and I don't know, 3 or 4 of them threatened to take it off. One was trying to take it off. You know, that little car paid pretty good last year, and I run that, and left it on there, and so I try to run under the radar, you know, as much as I can. But I think now the internet is blowed up, and things have changed.
Oh yeah.
You plan on going to War in the Woods?
Sir?
War in the Woods?
We're talking about it. I'm not sure for sure if we're going to or not. I've never been, and I've always wanted to go. The only thing I'm concerned about is they talk like there's not a lot of shutdown room.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that get stopped there.
Yeah, and I think I've got the tuner to get me down the surface. If I just got to saddle up, and the car stops good. It really does. I mean, you got to be easy on the brakes. You'll slide the tires. So we may go try it.
I was going to say Justin Reed, Rocky, Banker. They've all been down that track quite a bit.
Sure, yeah, I think Bankroft was going, and so if he is, I mean, that would put Wade already there, and so I mean, it makes it a little easier on everybody when you've got the tuner there instead of trying to remote tune and that sort of thing. So it's a big possibility, or I'd say a probability, but I've never been, and I don't want to make any commitments. It's not going to happen, but I'd like to go try it.
It's a good time, man. I mean, it's a real good time at a drag strip. I just say, well,
yeah, I hear the atmosphere and everybody, is what makes that show. It's just a great time, and whether you're racing or not racing, it's just a fun time to have.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell anybody this. Anybody's been to Yellow Belly, it's the same vibe. It's just you got different genres of people.
Yeah.
Different. Same. You got rednecks, and then you got hillbillies, and then you got rednecks.
That's right.
Same thing.
Well, that you put it all together, it makes for a good time.
I think I was probably broke up because I was in the elevator.
Oh boy, elevator. What are you doing? Oh boy, yeah.
Oh, we lost him. He gone.
He gone.
Yeah. I was worried about my service because I live out in the woods, and I thought, well, I don't know if I'm gonna keep service or not enough to do this. So I was kind of concerned if I could make it through it or not without being all pixely and broke up. And if I kept service pretty good.
Yeah, actually pretty great. Actually, Jasper's been the problem.
Yeah, I know I've kind of talked over somebody a time or two because I thought I was afraid it was mine, but it might have been his at that hotel.
He's running. I don't know. I guess the Wi-Fi in Florida isn't that great.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, you would think it would be, but you know how the hotels are.
There he is.
God dang it.
I'll smoke to that.
I'll blame it on Florida.
That's what we were just blaming it on. Hell, we done did that for you.
Yeah, we was like, man, it must be that Florida Wi-Fi down there.
We did have a hurricane come through here not long ago, so maybe service is a little roughed up.
I'll smoke on some Florida stuff right here. It made it back to me. It made it back in Southwest. Oh, I mean, I didn't fly.
Yeah. International waters.
Yeah, international. It floated. I got it in the bottle. It floated.
Yeah, the genie in the bottle.
Right up here, you can cut through here. Hopefully these dudes don't see us and kick us out. Or knock this gate on us later on.
Are y'all going to smoke or what?
Well, it does look like the fence is all crossed.
Oh.
We're like banshee fishing in spots that we're probably not supposed to.
It's what's the weather like?
Oh, like 75 degrees right now, probably.
Oh, so bring a hoodie.
Yeah, I got a hoodie on, but I got shorts on too.
Well, that's my winter gear.
Like,
I don't know. Here lately, I've been a wimp. I've been wearing pants lately. Getting old sucks.
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
Or we can go to grass.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. Getting old's not for sissies.
Dude, there's fish all over right there.
And that's it. Do you want to give anybody a shout out? Props to?
I need to give a shout out to VP, man. They're the only ones that believed in me and done anything for me. You know, I've asked, of course, again, I don't keep a car long usually, but I've asked several people, to help and try to run at this level. And, VP believed in me and hooked me up. And, Billet Atomizer, Jack, he told me that, he'd take care of my injectors and stuff, back, I don't know, 4 or 5 motors ago. And I just been fortunate. I hadn't had to have nothing, but, he's always told me if I need anything, let him know. And, Wade, man, I arguably one of the best tuners in the country. I mean, there's no way possible I could go run this car at that level without Wade. It's just not, it's just not, you're not going to take a new car second race out and go run through, that kind of caliber of cars without somebody that's really got their shit together, So I appreciate, everybody and all the help. And, if anybody's looking to put their name on the side of a badass hot rod, we'll take some help too,
Yeah. Anybody else?
Dude, he just had one on and he about hooked me when it come off.
Oh, I had you muted. I didn't know what was going to come out of your mouth. I was like, what the hell? Is he fighting with somebody or what?
I love how you don't know, because that's the truest statement there is. There's never an idea. What? So,
Well, I see
did he thank everyone?
Well, he didn't. I think he.
I kind of thought he missed one. I know he missed one.
Well, that don't surprise me. Hell, this getting old shit. Your memory gets real short. I mean,
who's the most important one to thank?
Yeah, I mean, I need to thank God for keeping me safe and putting me in this thing.
That one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the most important one. You might have been
no old lady.
Huh?
No old lady to thank, or?
Well, no. I mean, she don't even go to races with me. I'd give her a hard time. I don't give her as much appreciation as she should get. She gives me a hard time. She don't even go to races. She dog sits at home, So I have to hire girls to come hook my harness up and all on the car. So.
Oh man, that's tough, man. I mean, these Instagram models.
It's a hard knock life.
Yeah. But no, man, I'm fortunate. I'm blessed, and I can't thank everybody enough. But the driver gets all the credit. I'm the one sitting in there behind the wheel and gets all the credit, and all the little kids want to come up and take pictures. But man, I couldn't do this without these other guys. Russell Stone, he helped us. He told me, here's where your bars need to be. Here's the springs I run on it. I mean, he gave us a lot of invaluable information, and that it just took a group of people, man. It really has, and I'm just the one that gets the gratitude for it, or gets the publicity for it. But I didn't do this shit by myself, Don't get that twisted,
I don't know. I heard that you a bad dude, and your tuner's a bad dude, and nobody gonna be able to fuck with y'all next year, this whole year, is what I heard.
Well, I hope you heard right. You know what I mean? I hope you heard right. I'll drive that motherfucker till the wheels fall off. And as long as he'll keep it fast, we're gonna give him hell. So,
well, I really hope to see you at War in the Woods.
I will be there. I'll tell you what, I'll make this promise. I will be there.
All right.
I'm going to talk to Wade and all about the car, and I'm not telling you for 100% the car will be there, but we will be there. We're bringing Rocky.
I will tell you this, that Fuel Tech is always there. They come with me with the trailer and everything. So there's spare parts. Garrett's there to tune if anyone needs any help. He helps on a lot of Hemi Pro Chargers and tons of Pro Stocks, and so if you do need help, he's there.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean we're planning on coming. I just hadn't talked to Wade about getting the car down and what we need to do up there. I think that's
okay.
That's right before Boost's race, isn't it? Isn't it right before the race?
May 29th, May 30th or something. The last
week, May 1st of June.
Yeah,
it's like a 2 week.
May 31st, June 1st.
Yeah. But no, I mean we're going to be there. We just hadn't really talked about if we're going to run the car or not. I don't know. Again, you hate to slow the car down. Because I know the surface is not like
Yeah, you aren't going to run what you ran this weekend,
right?
I mean, if you do, you are one bad motherfucker. But yeah, it's bumpy.
It's bumpy, but it ain't that far off.
That's what.
It hooks like where you're at. It's just it's bumpy and it's hard to keep the tire from mid track on pushing too hard, or
Yeah.
there's a balance.
Wade,
I mean,
Wade's
it's
been
still
down
fast,
it.
though. We're not
Wade's
talking. I bet
down it lots of times. So
2/10, 3/10 off what you were running this weekend. So it ain't like you got to slow it down to a 5.0 or something.
I got you. Yeah. So,
plus,
but
maybe
yeah,
first round.
Wade tuned some cars that went down it before, so he knows.
Yeah, he told
knows.
me. Yeah, he told me all about the way they tuned it and all and everything. Like I said, Rob, I think's planning on coming, so I'm sure Wade's probably going to be there with him. And you know, if he feels like that he can get that car down, we'll bring the car. I ain't even talked to him about it, and I'll just tell you, I mean, again, I can't go up there and tune that car, get that car down like he can, and work through everything. You know, I'm just learning the car, getting it figured out, and I don't know what the reception's like up there, but every time I've tried to do remote tuning, it usually bites you in the ass, and it's
see, hard. That's the other bonus, my man. Fuel Tech shows up with Starlink.
Okay.
So any of their customers can come right to the trailer and link onto the internet, and it works. They've been there 3 years in a row, and you got service.
Awesome. Yeah, I went to Fuel Tech and put my last Pro Charge car on the dyno up there. Man, them guys are great. I mean, they really took care of me and did a good job up there. And I don't know if y'all you remember the small tire car Brent Austin built, the little silver Camaro Pro Charge?
Yeah.
I used to have that car. I bought it from him. And,
oh God, that was a beautiful car too. And you let that go, the Maverick's gone in no time, huh?
No, the reason.
Yeah, right. It's been winning. Someone's going to offer 15, 20 more than you paid. It's gone.
Don't do it. All I'm saying is don't do it. But no,
everyone listening, you want to win this year, man. You just got to offer him a little more money. He'll build another killer.
Right. No, that car, the reason I sold it, man, is I'm so tall that I had to loosen my belts and scoot down to drive it. And after I seen a bad wreck or two, I said, look, I'm not driving a car that's going to get my neck broke or my back broke, or, you know, I need to fit in a car and be able to strap in right. And we were going to have to cut the whole cage and all out of that car and redo everything. And I let it go and started over, you know, now it took a lot of money to buy this car, and there ain't many people running around buying that caliber of cars. So I think we got a hot rod for the year.
That's a good thing. It's so beautiful. I love Mavericks so much. It is so smooth looking, and that one is one of the smoothest.
Yeah, it's a sleek little car, and I mean, it's just not another Mustang or Camaro at the track. Not like Mustangs and Camaros, but you know, you don't usually go to the track and see another Maverick.
Push this knob to the right. Push that knob to the right.
What right?
This one.
They're out fishing, living the good life, and we're sitting at home.
Yeah.
Holy shit! You're gonna break the pole.
I know. It's why you're dragging.
We caught a shark.
That's what I was gonna say. They call it Jaws.
Oh, it pimped him. The shark bit it clean off.
I'm out, dude.
Second cast with this new.
My daddy told me don't ever mess with anything that can change its own oil or sharks.
Bro, all this week on the beach, there's like parts of fish, big fish. Like, dude, there's a head washed up on shore this morning of a stingray.
Look, yeah, again.
And I bet it's like a 4 foot around stingray.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty cool.
Damn.
Maybe a swordfish. I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh,
they living a good life, but I'm smoking some weed. That's what
the story is going to be it was a shark. Bigger than Jaws.
I don't even have a beer. I figured I'd talk enough stupid, you know, without any drinking or anything. I don't even have a beer, you know.
This is the smoke show, man. You
What's
can
your
do whatever you want.
Oh boy. What's your flavor? Beer.
Do what?
What's your
beer?
flavor?
I usually ultra.
All right, that's a good one.
I'm more of a Long Island, you know, mixed drink kind of guy. But if I'm gonna have a beer, it's usually gonna be a Michelob Ultra.
On the boat.
I'm not a drinker. My old lady, boy, she's a wino, but I don't drink at all. I just smoke weed. That's my
about 1 or 2 tokes of that motherfucker, and I'll be asleep for the next 48 hours. I mean, it does knock me out.
That's good. That's good. You get some good sleep.
Even as a kid, hell, I couldn't smoke. Shit, it just knocked me out.
Yeah, and it's changed a lot from over the years.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So much science into it now.
I just wasn't man enough to handle it, I guess. So, but
I don't think it affects everyone differently. It's just like alcohol, man. When anyone who first drinks gets way drunk off little amounts. If you drink every single day, you
right.
slowly drink quite a bit and function.
Yeah, you can get immune to it a little better. So I need to smoke every day, and then it'll start gradually coming down where I can function.
Yeah, because when I first started smoking, I couldn't walk in a gas station without breaking out in laughter and looking like a complete tool bag. Or passing out, like drooling all over myself on a couch. Now we smoke about an ounce every 2 days, and people look at us like, I don't even know how you stand, and I don't even notice that we're doing anything. You want to think I'm fucked up, I won't do anything for the day, and you'll be like, whoa, what are you on?
What's wrong with this guy?
He's definitely on coke. My wife always says I can't take Adderall because I'm on Adderall naturally.
I smoked most weed when I'm at Warner Woods. I ain't gonna lie. That's most time I smoke a lot of weed.
Well, y'all don't pass know, when I'm there because I'll be asleep through the whole fucking event.
My garage is pretty rough, Limpy.
I'm telling you. Not well. I got my courage built up now. Is what I call it.
We smoked so much the first time he come over, we had to open the garage door because he was getting too high.
Well, I was still on random drug tests by then. I was still.
No, I know, and you're lucky you didn't get in a wreck, or I would have failed you.
Nah, it'll be all right. Shit happens. Now, no more randoms. Now I random myself here. I'm gonna random this.
Right.
So what's the next race?
I really don't know. I just built a new house, man, and I should have been moving in, finishing up moving in while I was gone down there, trying to get this car lined up and racing. So I've got to get this house done in the next week or two. I've got to get moved in, or there's not going to be an old lady to thank because she's ready to get in this house. I sold her lake house, and we're homeless, I guess, at the moment. So I've got to get this house finished. I've got guys that just work till dark over touching up paint, and they're supposed to put my countertops in this week. And so I've got to get my ass in this new house, or there's not going to be an old lady or a race car. So I've got to get that finished up, and then we're gonna plan somewhere. I need some more seat time in the car, and kind of get everything going. But I've got an adult for a week or two.
I got you.
So,
all right. Well, thank you for coming on, and congrats on your win. You had some.
I appreciate it, guys. And
you killed some killers out there.
Yeah, man, that was impressive. I always told Limpy, I've told you 100 times, Limp, that like my dream is to do what you did this weekend. I want to draw Bank Robber. I want to draw Daddy Dave. I want to draw Ryan Mitchell, all in one race. So there's no question. And like, I would say that you can say that confidently. There was no one faster on a small tire, no prep last weekend than you in the whole world.
I feel like that. And I kind of felt a little cheated Friday night. We run Daddy Dave for 1,500.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you said that. So I was watching when the tree thing happened. Can you give us a little rundown on that? Because, like, I hate to say this, but I felt like if my crew trips the beam, that's on my crew, man. Like, I would have never said a thing. I wouldn't even have been mad at my crew, because my crew knows, like, I don't ever get mad at them. I need them to show back up. So I don't ever make their experience shitty, no matter what. And we all screw up. I screw up all the time, so I can't expect them to be perfect. But if my crew would have stepped in bulbed the first one and then went in and didn't let out so that it tripped the tree, I don't know. Like, so I guess, and I didn't see all this happen. I kind of caught the live feed as everyone was arguing or they were up front, talking about it. So give us a rundown on what kind of happened there and what your thoughts were.
Well, Friday night, we were pushing up to run for 1,500. And Dave said something to to Rocky, about what we ran that passed before, and of course that shouldn't be shared with anybody. And Rocky said, "Oh no, we didn't go that fast." And he said, "Bullshit." So he went red Friday night on me. So I feel like he guessed at it, thought, hey, I didn't run that, he guessed at the tree to try to, and it went red on him, so he lost that race. And, but come up the next night, Saturday night, we went up, did our burnout. I went up and took the first bulb, and sat and waited. And of course, I've got a Hans on, I can't see, and the crowd's everywhere, and we're in the finals, everybody's hyped up, and they rolled up, turned the first light and the second light on. So as they're both on, and I take my second bulb. And when I took my second bulb, of course, I jumped right on the brake, and when I did, they started waving me back, like to quit. And both of his bulbs went out. Of course, I thought that was the flash of the ambers. I let go of the button, and then I realized, hey, this ain't a race, and I let out. And I got down there, and they said that his crew stood in the two bulbs is why they were on. But he was saying that I lost because I left before the light went green, which they didn't red light me. But they said I lost because the light didn't go green. And I said, well, y'all should have lost because they should have fired the tree whenever your guys are standing in both bulbs. We got all four bulbs lit up, and I'm on the brake. That's all.
Yeah, and it didn't, the tree didn't even come back out. So he stepped on the two bulbs for the whole entire duration of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if I was lining someone up and I didn't realize I double bulbed and I heard you go up on the chip, I'd have stepped forward so that it fucked the tree up.
Yeah. So
like,
so
I don't know. I was confused. I feel like
deal. We cooled the car back off and agreed to rerun it, because I wanted to race. I wanted to say, look, he went red Friday night. I didn't get to say I outrun him. I wanted to be able to say we raced and I outrun him. You know what I mean? So we agreed, cool the car down, get up here. Let's see who the baddest motherfucker on the property is. We're in the finals. I don't want it that way. Let's get it done. And so that's what we did. We went up there, and I don't know what happened to him. Somebody said that he told them that he broke the rear end. He told me that his oil was hot and his alarms were going off. But they were.
What happened? He got so many excuses.
They were backing the car up as we were pushing up. They had to stop and wait on us to come by. So I don't know why he was pulling the car out if it wasn't cooled off. We didn't sit up there forever, so I don't know how it was too hot, but for
it's
whatever
reason,
you
did, man, a loss is a loss. You can make an excuse for every run you lose.
Yeah,
it's the truth. With these cars, either you screwed the tune-up or something broke, but what I always tell everyone is it don't fucking matter. You're in charge of the parts. You're in charge of what you buy, when you maintenance it. You're in charge of the tune or who you have tuning it. It's on you, man. A loss is a loss. I don't care how it goes. Making excuses is pointless.
I want to be able to say we outrun him. You know what I mean? I didn't want nothing.
No, I loved it.
No crew member beat him or I didn't give him a chance to run it or whatever. I wanted to see, if we had what it took, and we got it done.
And I feel you on the Hans. When I put my Hans and all my stuff on, I can't move my head. I cannot even hardly see the lane unless you're half a car in front of me.
That's right. That's right. So
I always love running you big Pro Charger cars because I can tell where you're at, whether I see you or not. He coming, I can hear it.
Yeah, there ain't no question. You know when the Pro Charger cars are on the chip or coming or whatever, you can hear them bitches.
Yeah, we tried to get Ryan one time at Gangster's Paradise at Wagler, man, and I told him before we went up, because we had the little LS, I was like, I'm guessing the tree on you, man. And he was like, he said, I figured you were going to pull a rank on me because like the 2 weekends before he was at Yellow Belly. And I'm sure you remember that, Limpy, like Rank and him ran and they had to rerun, but Rank like guessed the light on him like perfect. Well, I did the same thing, but fuck, I bet I got out 3 cars on him. And at about 3/4 track, that dude come around me and it like upset my car. He come around so fast. But you could hear it coming the whole way. I was like, oh, crap. I'm on every button I got for extra. And I'm like, it ain't enough. I can hear him. It's picking up too much. And then it just blew the car all over. But yeah, the Pro Chargers are cool if you're in a turbo because you can tell where they're at on the track. No question.
Yeah.
Oh, he let out. He must have
What
spun or
sucks-
something happened because he's off. Like, I don't even hear him. So
What sucks is when you're beside one and they're up on the brake and you can't hear yours to know if you're bumping or not. You know, if you're on the bump or not. You know, I mean, you can't hear the turbo cars when you're beside a Pro Charger car a lot.
yeah, at first that bugged me. I went to a new motto after I've had like a few hiccups. So in this one race in the final, my car hiccuped on the brake, and I started staring at the dash. And by the time I looked back up, it was, like a 400 Pro tree or whatever. But when I looked up, he rolled in for his second beam. And I was like in a panic and just glanced up. And when I did, that yellow lit and I let off. So I red lit and was like, dude. So I made a deal with myself. Once I go on the chip, that car can stall. I'm going to act like we're doing it.
Right.
Because who knows, it can. And it actually did. Like a week later, we had to use a Milwaukee drill because the fuel pump cable broke. So we zip tied a Milwaukee drill in there to run the fuel pump. And when I went up on the chip, it hiccuped, but I never even flinched. I just stared at the flagger. We ended up winning. So I don't do that anymore. So
I've never used a Milwaukee drill for a fuel pump. That's some gangster shit there.
dude, it was pretty sweet. It's probably my proudest moment in race. I mean, like we've won some big races and most people would probably like say that's their cool thing. No, like getting a round win with a Milwaukee drill zip tied in.
Yeah.
Was my coolest thing, probably. Either that or when we rebuilt that car at Kentucky. Remember that? We smashed it into a hay bale. They loaded it on a flatbread, brought it to the pits. And like, I'm blessed, dude. My crew, I don't care what anyone says. My crew's better than everyone else's in the planet. We roll with like 10 people and they would literally skin their legs, break their arms, whatever they can to get this car to the beams and going. So 10 of us got to work on it and we were double entered in big and small and never even missed a round. Like got the car back together, made it up for big tire round one. And we won the race. Just
coming out the turbo up front. He still had hay coming out the front.
Yeah, we had to tear the turbo apart because it was packed full of hay. So the first thing we did is pull that apart because I figured it was all the blades were destroyed.
Right.
Untouched. But I literally had hay in there almost to the intake.
But man, that's what makes this so great is them people made you that. You know what I mean? And nobody gives their crew and their people credit for stuff anymore. You know, they want to look at me, you know, but without a crew of people, without a good crew of people, we're not doing this shit, guys.
You bet. And that's why I said in the beginning, dude, it don't matter what happens, whether I screw up, they screw up, whatever. I never come back and like start throwing my tools or my helmet or I don't ever get mad. I'm always like, who cares, man? We're lucky to be here. We used to eat hot and readies all week because we were broke. Now we're racing 100,000 plus cars everywhere. So we're just happy to be there, man. Just like that meme. I don't know if you saw that passed around with the Post Malone and Shane Gillis with the 2 beers and the New Balances. And it says, me and my boy, after we go out first round, ready to watch the rest of the race.
Right. Yeah.
That's us, man. We're ready to party or help anyone out we can. If another racer needs help, usually that's what happens. If I go out early, someone there needs help. You know, we'll be helping Brian White or we help Dirty 30 or Nick Puyak and all the Indiana boys or Jeff Thomas or you know what I mean? We find someone to go help and try to make the most of it, man. We're just happy to be there.
That's what's great, man. Everybody that does this, you know, when we pull up on the line, we hate each other for 4 seconds, you know, but
about 4 seconds.
But when you get done with that, you know, you give them the shirt off your back, the tools in there, pull parts off your car or whatever. And, you know, I don't know any other sport that'll do that. We mud raced for a while, you know, and fuck, they won't even give you a damn air compressor, you know, or some air to use, you know, and this man, everybody helps everybody, looks out for everybody, tries to, you know, do right. And I mean, it's just it's a family, you know?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, I got a bunch of mud racing buddies up here. We interviewed them on the show one time, and I'll tell you what, they do it like us, man. They're a group that's stuck together and they're always pulling for each other, but they're wild. They're different. They're definitely different than our group, like drag racing and mud bogging. They're definitely wilder in the pits.
These motherfuckers here, there's like having a bunch of women together. I had a track down here, and they couldn't get along. If you paid everybody for coming, they couldn't get along. They couldn't agree on anything. I mean, it was, and I want to go have a good thing. This is what we're supposed to do for fun. Not causing a bunch of drama and crying about everything. And so, but no, that's why I've stuck with drag race. That's why I love it, man. It's because it's like a big family, and I've made my best friends in life doing this stuff.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Facts. And if they ain't, then fuck them.
That's what I was going to say. Fuck them.
Yeah, that's right. All right, we won't keep you anymore. Congrats on your win, and
good luck this year. Can't wait to see you at War in the Woods, whether you bring the car or not.
Dad.
Come on down and say hi and hang out, and
we'll be there. And I appreciate you reaching out to me. And hell, maybe we can do some more of these this year. I'm talking about the wins. Whether y'all have me on a show or not, that's up to y'all. But maybe we can put some more of these big wins under our belt, to have a little more bragging rights. So,
yeah, I love it. We'll get you back on.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right, take it easy, Russell.
Y'all too. Bye.
Wonder what old Mister.
All right, take it easy, Russell.
Oh, Roger, you don't even know he's on. This is good. Let's see what he says.
All right, take it easy, Russell. Oh,
Hey, how you guys doing?
How you doing, Roger?
Oh man.
Oh, hold on a sec. I gotta. Hey, how you guys doing? Hold on one sec.
We got him.
Doing all right. I've got. I was listening to you on my TV, so I got to get rid of that. There. Okay. Now I got to unmute here. Hey, I'm getting this technology. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I hear you too. It's a good thing.
Check.
Yeah. So, it's been a while. You guys doing all right? Sound like
because I think they're struggling to keep it in their mouth.
Yeah, we're doing better.
yeah.
Not so busy.
Yeah.
I've had a busy last 3 months.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you've had some extreme weathers down there.
Yeah, real windy too. Man, that's
Hot, windy, and then cold, windy, and rain and sleet and shit. Anyway, yeah. We've been plugging along. It's they're in their season now, and so we've got seedlings going. I've been spending a lot of time getting our seedlings up, and they are really looking good. And I'm real pleased with the seeds that we're popping. 2 days. Using our method for seed germination, we get them up in 2 days.
That's
And
awesome.
well, they're cracked and their tails up, so then they're going into a medium and put up underneath the light. So, and then within another 2 days, they're up. And then we just wait for the roots, get a good root, and then we put them up for sale.
Is this better now? Check,
Nice.
check, louder.
And everyone getting ready for that outdoor season, huh?
Yep. We've got some people that are in and they want us to hold some for them. Like I can't do that. They would get too big, we just pop some more for them. We'll set some seeds aside and germinate them a few weeks before they need to come in and pick them up. But yeah, so that's the news by us. I mean, we're growing and I've been just sitting here trimming some plants that I had growing in my office. Got a couple of autoflowers, and what I wanted to do was I wanted to see, because some people say, "Oh, I grow a photo period, but I don't let them veg very long, and then I take them off." Hey, there's Crystal.
Hi.
Yeah.
How are y'all doing?
Amazing.
Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to do an experiment and just see. So I started a couple of regulars. I started 3 photo period regulars, expecting to get at least one male. but I got none. And then I started a few autoflowers at the same time, got them going. And once the autos were starting to flower, I went ahead and flipped the light on the photo period and started them up the same way, so they would go into flower. And they finished relatively close as far as time wise go. But I got to tell you, yeah, this is, hold on. I don't know if you can see it. That's the cola off my auto. And here's another one. And I'm not even going to show you the photo. Well, yeah, all right. Here, if you can see, I've been trimming on it, but weight-wise, the autoflower totally outperformed.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Now these look really shitty. I don't know if you could tell that when I was holding them up. It's because, and Crystal, she knows, some people cut them down in my office while I was gone and dried them and then forgot about them. So they've been sitting in my office just getting toasted up. And so they're just crisp as can be. But
Who pulled that move?
I don't know. It could be a couple. And different ones. I think it was probably more than one that was involved in that little shenanigan. So anyway, I decided to bring them home and trim them up. So I just got some in my grinder, and so I'm going to give them a go.
What was the time wise, the time length difference between? Did you cut them down at the same time, or?
They were cut down, I think, within a week of each other, or did you cut them all down?
I didn't cut them any down. I was behaved. It was not me.
It was not me.
Not this time.
Same time.
It usually.
Oh, there we're back.
Yeah, I've had some autos that I've gotten pretty good nugs off of, but they were like, I don't know, they were 12-weekers. And then some. I'm actually smoked some of the stuff that some of the lookout stuff that clones that I grew this last one, and man, I'm just saying they're hitting. I mean, I'm talking the Patrick's boy couldn't even hardly grind it up. It was so fat. He had I mean, it was hard like a preacher dick.
Like a rock.
Put a little energy and effort in it. Yeah, I throw them in a 3-gallon pot for my autos. Well, that's what I did with these photos as well. And I just water them. Maybe feed them a little bit if I see something really that is short.
That's what I did too with the autos as well.
Yeah. So
what's up, dude?
Not too much.
Oh.
Chilling in Florida.
You're in Florida?
Yeah.
What? Oh my God. What are you doing down there?
Vacation.
Fuck yeah, dude. Spring break.
No, I was lucky this year. We were just in Florida. What was that, Limpy? 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
And then we'll see each other again on Wednesday because I fly down there on Wednesday.
Aw, the bros are back together.
No.
Oh, shit. Boo, boo, boo.
Next thing is I got to get to this new track. That place looked amazing, Limpy. We didn't get to talk about that at all because we've been so busy, but Limpy's been running this track with a buddy in Texas, and they held their first race. And and it looked like a really, really sweet place to go, man. And everyone was talking that the concession was great.
Yeah, they've been. Oh, there she is. We got her now. Oh, maybe not.
I had a friend of mine that used to be. He was an engineer at Ford, and he used to do auto. They'd launch cars. That was his thing, and he had a great job. His job was get in a car, take it out to the track or on the road or wherever. And I mean, sometimes in the wherevers, break it without wrecking it, and then figure out why it broke.
Yeah.
And but anyway, they have a track in South Florida in Everglades, and they think they have the only snowplow in all of Florida because every morning when the sun would come up, the blacktop would get hot, and the gators would come out and sit on it, and they'd go down with the snowplow and push them off.
No,
So you guys ever run into or see any gators on the track down there?
no, but I seen some gators when I was flying out, and then over in Terry's mansion, he has like a big old, it's like a pond or whatever, and then they're out sunning and stuff. They were out sunning and stuff.
He just cultivates gators.
Gators, croc gators.
Yeah, the crocs are in the southern Everglades, and that's about it.
I know when we were down there, Jasper working on Jeff's car and the Southern Chassis Works, he does a bunch of that Everglades stuff.
Yeah, with the airboat.
Yeah, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm top heavy. So.
Well, remember he told us too that like don't go on those tours because those dudes wreck all the time, and like
shit.
He's like they don't really talk about it much, but there's a lot of bad stories that happen with airboats. And then remember we were trying to get them into a fuel tech because a lot of airboats run fuel techs.
Yeah,
because they're waterproof.
Hey.
Had a friend that had an airboat, and we used to go out and shoot carp and tilapia with a bow and arrow.
Tilapia.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun.
I bet.
Going out. And then
Big Matt's probably sitting in my garage right now watching this. Hey, man. Come to find out, Kate put that package inside Thursday, so.
Sorry
for making you walk all around the house. Kate was watching you on the camera. I was laughing. Dude, there's a big fish over here, dude.
Oh, they're out there fishing.
Bigger one?
It's probably a mermaid, bro.
I said get a smaller one, dude.
No, that was the dragon across the rocks, I promise you.
He wants the big. He wants to catch a shark.
Didn't you guys see that? Didn't you see that on TikTok that they were talking about how the elites are eating mermaids?
No, I haven't heard that one.
I'm the only one who caught that.
No, if it's on TikTok, my old lady's seen it. I guarantee you. She told me today that TikTok shop is bad because all she has everything like stored on her deal. So all she has to do is just buy now, and
just pre-order.
She ain't got to put an address in or anything. It just she goes to just hit buy and then it's done. And I'm like, well, I'm just as bad with Amazon, so I ain't gonna lie.
They be knowing our preferences.
Heck yeah, they know us better than we do.
Where are you at in Florida, dude?
Madeira Beach.
Madeira Beach?
Yeah. Down by Tampa.
We're in Tampa. It's a small town like Tampa.
Oh boy.
Boy, she was super active tonight.
Yeah.
No, she'll be back.
You can go out to the edge out there and cast way out.
How far are you from Fort Myers?
About an hour and a half.
Are you gonna be at Cletus still?
No, we are not. If we would have got invited, we would have hustled Jeff's car together. Jeff's down here too. So tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll run down to Fort Myers and grab Jeff, and we'll come meet you.
Yeah.
We'll hang out for a while.
No, I don't fly out till Wednesday.
Or Wednesday, my bad.
Yeah. But I don't fly out till late. I don't fly out till late, and I think they're gonna.
Yeah, we sleep. We go to bed early every night, Limpy.
I know.
We'll be all right.
We
got you. We'll get you to sleep that night.
We'll probably just go straight in.
I'll rock you like a little baby.
Because they're starting at like 9 o'clock in the morning, I think, on Thursday morning. 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's the Cletus race is Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, maybe I'll sneak into that with someone.
You sneak in?
I might know somebody.
Well, it's like an invite race, and you have to. They don't want spectators, so like you have to come with a car.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
everybody loaded this time.
But I know everybody going, so I'm sure I can weasel in with someone.
That's and
Okay.
Lippy.
I could see one
Congrats.
person at a time and just hear Crystal laughing occasionally. That was pretty nice,
Well,
but
Yes, it
not
felt just
super
like
easy
we're.
to participate. I'd hear
It's
like
like
you have to
home-
like Gator, and then Crystal like
Yeah, you missed it where they
Homemade
narked
drink?
you out for cutting down plants and forgetting.
What did I do?
Nothing.
But the autos and the photo periods that were in my office.
Oh yeah, leaving them in there.
Yeah,
Listen, man.
I've been trimming them up. I'm smoking some right now. Got it in my
One of
my
my
heated
fatal
little
flaws
room.
is hating trimming weed.
Yeah. Well, it's so dry it just snaps right off. Just,
Oh yeah, it's ready.
yeah.
Aw, I miss you guys. What's up, fam? I
We missed you too.
miss you guys.
Like,
Yeah.
we'll go on even if I'm in Florida.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Fucking Roger,
Is
with
it-
your 4-inch
is it
cot
hot down
holding
there?
some pussy.
Yeah.
Y'all see that?
That's his kitty.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, with your 4-inch cot holding that pussy like he's holding it down.
we
Yeah.
we got all of our Leah strains out now, so that's exciting. We got them all packed up and on the website, and
Yeah.
we've started
Yeah, we've got
plans.
we got a bunch that are ready to go. They're in shipping containers. We got them ready for shipping.
We will
and if
ship you
anybody-
a fucking plant.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Oh, y'all got plants now?
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
ship it right to your house.
Yeah, because it's
Oh,
new, we're doing
don't.
like 2 strains at a time.
I might have to use my Limpy 15 coupon for that.
Use your Limpy code. Let's ship it to your house. And you will also legitimize the podcast because our coworkers are like, do people really even watch you? So if you guys order shit and put the Limpy code, we can be like, in your face. Just saying.
In the face. In the
In your
face.
face.
I like it.
She just said like, yeah, we have like 8 fans.
We have 8 fans, bitch. Didn't you know?
Serious fans.
So who chopped down Roger's tree?
Yes, come in.
We'll ship you seeds and a plant or a shirt and some stickers. What you want. Yeah.
E's and B said they've been selling clones and seeds like no other last couple of weeks. Everybody getting ready for that.
Harvest time for
It's
summertime.
that time. It's that time for the bud.
Yeah.
What about it? What about it, old man? You ready to smoke some weed? Well, come here.
Aw.
You want to sneeze? Come here. I'll rub your booty. Woman.
I might have to order some plants. Yes, you should. We'll send them right to you.
She might be asleep.
Well, it was
Hey.
fun
We did
today for me when I was talking to some people, a couple different ones, about the seedlings, and they're like, "Oh, you have your seedlings back? Oh, we had them last year. Oh, I really," and then he ended up buying a bunch of seedlings instead of getting the seeds. So, but to hear that, the ones they liked and how much they got, they were just really impressed.
Some people just struggle, I think, a lot to pop them, like to germinate the seeds. And it's nice that they can still do it from scratch without doing clones. You know, I don't like clones personally.
Well, Dragon's been growing. He's been. I think he's fully committed now. I've been watching his grow stuff. He's a local guy to me, and he's got the growing bud, or he's got the bug. You know, to get you. Come here, boy. I got you. But yeah, he's all into the growing. He's hooked. Yep, he's hooked.
We've been going to the city council meetings here in Jackson for getting mushrooms decriminalized. And Kate was on the front of one of our newspapers out here. So that was pretty cool. I was in the laundromat and I looked down, there was a stack of Kate's. I was like, ah, she's here with me at the laundromat. And then I put eyeliner on one of her pictures. Like it's really cool. Mm-hmm. We're going to get them to decrim it, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Mushrooms.
It's looking pretty good. We had our first naysayer at the last council meeting.
Okay, watching that thing though, Roger, that was like very much directed at you. How he was like old boomers with their like last civic whatever. He's pretty rude to you personally.
Yeah, well, he wasn't too far behind me.
I was gonna say, but he was like, you know, also very old. So
I would guess he's younger than I am
You did not say
chronologically, but he's older than I am mentally.
that. Ain't that the truth? But the mayor of Jackson took one of our mushroom buttons, and that was cool.
Yeah, that's
Well,
cool.
y'all gonna hook him up? So hey,
Yeah.
so hey,
So I'm proud of the team.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun because at the end of the council meeting, each of the council members give a little talk about how the meeting went and what they're hoping to get accomplished or something. And the mayor goes last, and the mayor started out and he says, "And I want to thank Roger. Can I get one of your buttons?" You know? So I was like, "Whoa, okay,
hell yeah, that's good."
yeah." So I took my button off and went up there and handed it to him. And everybody in the council or in the audience and stuff seemed to really like that. I don't know. I didn't hear any oohs or boos. Did you? Who was there with me?
I think we were both out at that point.
Okay. All right. So is my secret.
yeah, I usually
guess.
leave after the public comment part.
Yeah.
Picture of my plant up on the screen. Yeah, I can do that, Mike. I think I got it somewhere.
It says, what arguments are you guys using for the legalization or the decrim?
What the arguments are? Oh God,
What we're
there's so
using.
many.
Medical, right?
Pick your favorite two.
Yeah. Oh, for me? Oh no, I don't know.
Well, we're not arguing legalization to start. We're saying decriminalization.
Right.
So
Low
I think
priority.
my most compelling
It's
points are
huge
that
for
one, they're not
PTSD.
used. What's that?
They've been using it a lot. Rogan talks about it for PTSD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
PTSD. You know,
End of
one of the
life.
council members, she used to run the Aware Shelter here in Jackson, and I used to donate to them, to the Aware Shelter, and just because I believe the women that are in there through domestic violence and that have
I'm gonna
PTSD.
go buy an energy drink.
Yeah, one of the things I like about the mushrooms is like there's an event coming on here in downtown Jackson, and I forget just exactly when it is. I think it might be next weekend. I don't know, but it's a type of event that there will be a lot of mushrooms and a lot of people walking on the street laughing their asses off.
What are you talking about?
Huh?
What event are you talking about?
It's oh God, what is it? Fish. It's a psychedelic event, basically. It's
In Jackson?
yeah, yep, Michigan Theater, and
Oh.
and oh God, I'll give it to you tomorrow.
All right, and here's
I feel like we should have discussed this before.
We do it on the fly.
Look at that.
there's those silver
Pretty.
dragons. I think that's the last one I got, Mike. I can't remember if that is or not. At least it's the only one that's showing up on my messenger.
They look
Yeah.
pretty happy.
That looks like it was being set up from the book Secrets of the West Coast Masters. That goes into how to grow a pound of plant indoors.
Oh wow.
Well, he would tell you where. I don't know where he got his inspiration from. Yeah, that's him. That was the last picture. I don't know where he got it. He's probably like me. He watches stuff on YouTube and says, "I'm going to try that."
Receipt? No, thank you.
That's what I do.
Here, I'll skip the bag.
Nice and green. Yep.
All right. Sorry, I had to grab
Is there like a
Like
set time that you secure cure your plants, or is that just preference?
That you do what?
When you cure it?
Oh, like how long?
Yeah.
Like how long do I leave it in a jar?
Yeah. I've got these electric ones that they do everything on their own, and you just and I let them sit in there. I think it was almost a month and a half before I tried some this past weekend, and woo! I'll tell you now.
Does a jar burp itself?
Yes.
Wow.
It's all I can't remember
Automated.
the name. Yeah.
That's so cool.
They self burp. They do everything. I can't remember the name of them.
Yeah, I think a month and a half to 3 months is a great time frame. I usually can't wait 3 months, but to those of you who can.
Well, I was so busy that I waited. It was almost 2 months that I totally forgot all about them. And when I came home and we needed weed, and I was like, oh yeah, I got weed. And each one of them jars holds about 4 ounces. So pretty good. And
that's cool.
I filled up 3 of them.
Yeah, I think it's like ideal to be using your like previous turn stuff while you're like 3 months when you started. Yeah. If you can't, like, I like hiding little jars of weed for myself so I can find it later and be like, oh yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah. I do like finding hidden weed.
It's a real treasure.
Blunts that I pre-rolled myself. I like that too.
Yep, like a little mouse.
It's my favorite. I'm like, oh fuck yeah.
I just throw a Bervita pack in there and then set it down on the floor and charged it up, and then I got busy for 2 months. Didn't even think nothing about it.
Oops.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came back and it had 1 bar left on the battery. So I'm like, all right, good.
Perfect.
You got to like do some in a different kind though, and then taste test them, like straight up first old school jar versus the new ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got the old school, the black jars. They're not really. I guess they're the mason jars, but they're all black.
The brown ones.
In a street race now because they
no, these are.
Up.
Oh shit!
So we'll just go to that.
Yeah, black.
It's better.
Oh, here we go. Sorry. And then I've got the bags too. I got the cure bags too that I really liked as well.
These ones?
Yep, that's them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I like them too.
Science. Helping us out.
Crystal likes blunts.
I do. I like it all. Blunts, bongs, joints, bowls, hookahs, shotguns. What did I forget?
Steamrollers.
Steamrollers. I knew there was one. I knew it. I remember steamrollers. Gandalf pipes. I'll take a hit.
I'll smoke to that.
I don't like the things with the metal screens. I'll skip those. Remember metal screens?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like those dudes that smoked with metal screens always had the worst weed. You're like, no, I'm good. Rather not be high.
So
when I first started smoking again, I got some of them screens because that's what I knew when I was like, young, and they're all, you don't need that stuff no more, and I'm like, all right. So I just had a pipe or with a hole in it, and I just filled it up and hit that mofo.
I remember people taking screens off of like the sink. It was wild times. Wild times.
Good
or
times.
Gravity bongs.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
3 liter. Y'all have 3 liters up there?
Yeah, like you had to do it.
3 liter.
Fake
3 liter. We had 3 liters down here as well. 2 liters, 3 liters. Oh.
It was fun. It was fun making the different gravity bongs. We had those big ass 10-foot Graphics bongs too that like people had to light it for you. Do you remember
Yeah.
those?
You fill them up with ice.
Yeah.
Jasper,
And it
did you
was like
ever see that big Chianti bottle bong that I made and then someone at my other work broke?
Yeah.
That thing was
it was
sweet.
like the tiniest bowl, but like the longest bong ever. It made no sense.
Yeah, because you couldn't really smoke it without it being like really stale, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like by the time it got to the top of the bong, it was like, oh, anyway.
It was crazy.
I
We've
remember
came a
in
long
college
way.
smoking out of lots of apples. Carving up
Yes,
the apple real
like
quick.
the days before the hookahs or the percolators.
Well, and before there was
Yeah.
head shops everywhere. So like if
Yeah,
you broke your bowl that you thought was indestructible,
You were fucked.
you're kind of fucked, yeah. If you're at like a
Yeah.
party or something.
Yep. How times
Like
have
everybody had a
changed.
filthy little wax pen on them.
You think I can get you to Michigan this year, Limpy?
Yeah.
Do what?
Think I can get you to Michigan?
Fuck yeah.
Maybe.
I'm sure I can
Yeah,
find
very
a
good
promoter
answer.
that needs a flagger for a race.
Sure, we can do something.
Come on down or up.
I'll probably be flying though. I ain't gonna lie.
I'll come pick your ass up. What do you mean?
Yeah.
You know we always got cars and houses for you to stay at.
Do a little
Is
tour.
a flagger like the race car version of like a ring girl?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. He's gonna wear a half shirt.
I say we
No,
can make you a
The
the
sparkly
ring
little-
girls are the chicks that line up the cars.
Well, is that what Limpy's gonna
He's
do
like
down
the
there?
referee
Oh.
or
Can he
the
still wear a half
announcer, the
shirt?
dude that pulls down the mics and he's like, tonight on Fight Night, we have in this corner
like Big
Can
John
he still wear a
McClane.
half shirt?
at 0-12, we have LL Spool J in the right lane going against 12-0 Ryan Mitchell in the left. God, it was a half track finish. He's that guy.
Speaking of motorcycles, are you gonna do any trips this year, Roger? Or are you done?
Well,
I know
I'm
you
gonna
said
do
you're pretty
some-
much done, I think. But
Well, that's kind of when I ended my last one. That's what kind of where my head was. But it didn't take long before I started planning out another trip. And it
that's why
started
I've
out
asked. That's why I was like, I know
some
how
little
we
short
all treat her.
ones, and then I want to go back out west this fall.
He's about to go on a cruise though in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, to where, Roger?
Yep.
Yep. Gonna be a good time. Looking
Where you
forward
going,
to
Roger?
it. Central America.
What
Panama
cruise line you
City.
going
Be careful if you ever do that.
on?
You're picking on me now.
He doesn't know what cruise line or what type of room, but he knows he's going.
What day he's leaving for sure, I don't think.
He doesn't know any of that.
He's just gonna wake up one morning and Jill's gonna be standing by the door with a suitcase. Get in the car.
It's time to go.
You heat it up.
We're excited for him though. I think he's gonna have so much fun. He's never been on a cruise. I think he's gonna fucking love it.
Yeah, Roger, you have all that fun you want, and
Yeah.
just don't look as far. Just don't look outside, and as far as you can see, there's nothing but water all around you.
And I hear you there.
He's gonna
I'm
have so
out.
much
I'm
fun.
out.
No. So water's not a big deal. Don't worry about that. It's just
It's not a big deal.
mm-mm.
How long can you swim for?
In salt water. I don't know, as long as I can float before a shark eats me. You know?
Oh my god.
Speaking of sharks, y'all catch anything?
I've got him switching to this other lure. I just had to waller out the hole to fit his braided line because we had to
You're
get
night fishing.
tough line. Yeah.
You're night fishing. You really are gonna get a mermaid or a siren. You should be careful.
Your safest places, Roger, next to a bar or next to the lifeboat.
Mhm. Yep. Well,
He says yes.
I'll be close to one or the other probably most of the time.
Oh, upside down pineapple room. What's that?
Bar and then
Oh,
leaning over the
shoot.
rail.
Have you guys been on a cruise before?
I've
Never.
No.
Never.
Never?
Bro, I watched
Oh my
this show one
God.
time. It was 3 seasons of cruise murders. And I think out of 3 seasons, which was like 15 or more episodes a season, 2
Yeah.
people actually got arrested.
I watched that show as well because I love true crime.
The rest get away with it. Put it on the ground. Be smarter.
I watched Titanic, so no, I've never been on a cruise. I watched Titanic at like a very formative time in my life.
You
What-
did
Yeah.
not fucking
I watched
say that.
Jaws when I was
Yes,
about
oh,
5 or 6, and that told me everything I needed to know about water.
Oh my god, it's fun. The only scary part is that you could be drunk and then like the railing to the boat is waist high. So it's like the ocean and drunk you, there's only a tiny railing. That's the scariest part. Everything else is cool.
They
I
have
don't mind.
hardly any security cameras. All you gotta do is throw someone
Yeah.
over the edge and say
Well-
that, oh man, they were really depressed, which you can almost say about any human nowadays if you try. And
I
You
mean,
get
that's
off.
true.
so
But I
like
did
always
just-
be leery too if someone's like, hey, want to go on a cruise with me?
You guys want to go on a cruise?
They're gonna kill you.
I sent my boss. He was all like, "We're going to go on a cruise. You want to go with us?"
Yeah,
And I said,
I
"No,
do
no,
wanna
no."
go.
And then I sent him a video of a cruise ship sinking, and he goes, "All right, so I can add you and Marissa." And I'm like, "What gives you an idea of me sending you a cruise ship sinking that makes me want to get on a cruise ship?"
Well,
Yeah.
when I went, I snuck some weed back on the boat and I had a great time. And
Oh,
you
hell
have
yeah.
unlimited alcohol and unlimited food, and there's different places you can go, and it's pretty fun. I'm just saying, if we all went on a cruise, we would have a fun time.
All right. Now the real question
As long as it's carnival.
is,
Well,
how'd you
that's-
get the weed back in?
I just brought it in my purse.
Oh yeah.
But we went to Jamaica, so I think that they kind of knew. But if you guys want the honest truth, the second day with the weed, I got so high the fire alarm went off in my room, and I panicked and I flushed it. So then I was on sea for a whole day with no weed, and it was so sad. And they never even came to my room. They just called me. They're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but it was too late.
Could you not go out like? Wait, do they have I don't know how it works, but they don't have balconies on cruise ships.
I didn't get a balcony room because I was young and dumb. Now I'm experienced. That's why I asked.
Do they? I'm
Peter,
about
like,
to say,
if
so
you're-
they do have balcony rooms or whatever.
Yeah, and if you're gonna smoke like me, you need a balcony room, and that's why I asked Roger if he was getting one because he might want to have a little smoke.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Jill
That's
might
true.
want to have a little smoke.
Yep. That is true. That is true.
They're
Roger's
gonna have to roll Roger and Jill back to their rooms that night. There's gonna be like a bar cart. I'll take them back up.
They will deliver drinks right to your room. They give no fucks. They'll bring you eggs and bacon at 3 a.m. and some cocktails. It's great. You're in international waters. They don't care.
There's no rules.
No rules on the sea.
Yeah, that's the other thing. So there's like no I'm telling you, man.
Listen,
Why don't we just all go to Jamaica and then hang out?
yes.
I'll tell you
I'm
what,
ready
I've been out of country like 5 times. So like Punta
Uh-huh.
Cana, Jamaica, Cancun.
Okay.
So the first one I went to was Cancun,
Okay.
and we got there. I don't fly well. I end up with migraines because of the pressure and stuff.
Aw.
So I'm like all messed up. We get there, they're like, "Oh, your room's not ready, like be ready in an hour." So I'm like, "Fuck." So I was like, "Well, let's just go downtown and try to get some food or some Excedrin, I'll try to find some
Yeah.
shit." So they like take our bags and we jump on this bus, and like I said, this is my first time. I'm used to it now, but they drive like 80,000 miles an hour while you're standing up on this bus, and you're like almost running over bikers, and it's so crazy how they
Wow.
drive. And they take us right downtown Cancun, and we get out, and I swear to God, I'm like standing in the middle when I get off this bus of at least 100 people. And this dude from like a block away is screaming, "You, hey, you." And like all 100 people turn and look. And then everyone just looks away, assuming, like, can't be talking to me. And this dude walks right through this whole crowd, comes straight up to me, and he's like, "Hey, I got what you need." And I was
he had
like,
weed?
"What?" And he's like, "Anything you want. What do you want?" And I was like, "All right, let's go." And we walked like back down the block to this like bar and then into this back room. And as soon as I go in, I'm like, "Well, this is the end." Like, way to go, moron. And then he just pulled out tons of different weeds and all sorts of stuff. And I bought all my stuff and rolled on. Well, that has happened every time. So the next trip we go to Jamaica, I get off the plane and I'm like waiting for the bus to come. And this dude comes up and he's like, hey, I got what you need. And I'm like, really? Like right here, everyone told me not to buy at the airport. And he's like, oh, you're all good. And he walks over and just puts it in my bag. And he's like, $40. And I'm like, all right, sure. I was all nervous on that one. And then we went to Punta Cana and we get to the resort because like no one was at the airport. We get to the resort. I literally like 5 steps in the door and like a guy who works there, his name was Wonka. He's awesome as fuck. If I was on my laptop, I'd go find a photo of him. But he instantly was like, hey, anything you need this weekend, you just let me know. And like I was there shooting a wedding for that one. And I ended up needing a white button-up shirt for one of the groomsmen because they forgot theirs and didn't have one. And he even came through with that. This dude was like Robin Shabosky at Marshall's dad's funeral in How I Met Your Mother. Like, had everything. You could have literally been like, Wonka, I need Crocodile Dundee 3 on VHS. He would have been like, boom. Wouldn't even have had to walk away. Just pulled it like right out of this little bag he carried around and been like, I got you.
That's amazing.
Like, but that's happened every time I've ever left the country. So like I've never worried about weed after like the 3rd time. I was like, nope, it'll find me.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it works out great.
No, it is everywhere.
We got 2 people at the airport being like, anything you need, trying to hand us phone numbers. But
I'd be way more nervous if I was like a pretty girl. I'd be nervous.
Well, there's like a bunch of cops around.
You're a pretty man.
Like, and I was like, I wonder if they like watch who takes.
Yeah, I guess it is 2025. I should worry.
Yeah, you're a pretty man. And Limpy, I saw Mrs. Limpy give you a kiss. What? She's so pretty.
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
see it. Why didn't she say hello?
she married up.
Yeah. The settler over here is dreaming.
No, I've definitely married up. That's for sure.
Oh no, you're the reacher. She's the settler.
Aw.
Yeah, she's probably going to bed, or she's probably on her 3rd or 4th glass of wine. So
Well,
she got to work in the
sometimes
morning.
sometimes you gotta have a glass of wine.
It's spring break.
Spring break.
Oh, it's spring break this week.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, here it is in like half the schools.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me
Kate and I are going to work. That's what we're doing for spring break 2025.
Mm-hmm.
See, Jasper, I thought you were down there just for the Cletus deal. I didn't know y'all were actually on vacation.
Yeah, did you bring all your kids?
Yes.
All of them? Are they having fun?
Yes, they're having a blast.
Are you having fun?
You having fun?
You look tired.
Yeah. I don't ever sleep when I go on vacation. I stay up till like 4 a.m. and get up at like 6 or 7.
Holy shit.
I had to go to California with Greg and what's his name? Gucci Berry.
Oh, why?
Do you know I'm talking? I know Kate knows who I'm
No.
talking about. He's
Yeah.
the big fat guy with the ice cream tattoo on his face, like Gucci Man. He hangs out with Daddy Longneck and all those weird dudes. So I had to go and shoot photos for MTV because Gucci Berry and Zach Ass were having a nut kickoff
What?
on Venice Beach, where they were going to kick each other in the nuts. Or no, they let other people. I'll find the video so I can post it, or we'll play it next week. But I had to shoot a video too, where like they didn't know what to do. So I'm really good at this sometimes. So I came up with this idea where Zach Ass, no, I can't remember which one. I'd have to watch the video again. But one of them was like a damsel in distress, and the other one was a lifeguard like Baywatch. And I had them run on the beach and save each other and all that.
Oh
But
my God.
I also had to record the nut kicking contest where they just let random people on Venice Beach come up and kick them in the nuts until one of them decided to quit. And they ended up drawing because like no one could put them down. It was at like probably 20 a piece. It's pretty wild
That is
to watch.
insane.
But when I went out there with Greg and them, after like 3 nights, they were instantly like, bro, where did you get Coke? You didn't bring Coke, did you? And I'm like, I don't do Coke. What are you talking about? And they're like, dude, I heard you come in last night at 4 and we got up at 7. And I'm like, yeah, ride those fucking scooters around all night and talk to bums. It was the sweetest shit. Like, whenever I'm on vacation, I just walk around or get those Lime scooters and just cruise till about the sun comes up. One night I talked to this bum, and who knows, it's a bum. So who knows if he's telling the truth or living or fucked up or mentally challenged, who knows. But I sat on the beach with him all night, burning weed with him. And which was cool because it was Jungle Boys, and I don't know, I felt like Jungle Boys lived up to the hype. It was ridiculously overpriced. I would never want to pay that much for weed again, but it was really good. And I was out there burning with him all night, and I sat there with him for like 3 hours as the sun was coming up. And he told me this whole fucking crazy story about how he used to be like a Wall Street dude, like exchanging stocks or whatever at like at the big NASDAQ place, like in Wolf of Wall Street. And then had to come out to meet a client in California, and then spent time on Venice Beach and just was like, I came out here with my Porsche and, was going to move out here and had to do all this business and like talk to the dudes, and then went down and like met this bum, man. And I just thought his life was better. And he just claimed he just left this Porsche downtown somewhere parked and never left Venice Beach. Just became a bum at that second and never went back to Wall Street. But like I said, he's also a bum. Probably has a lot of good stories that aren't true, but it was still fun. But yeah, I would just roll around all night long, burning weed on scooters, just having a blast. And I haven't slept much here. I probably went to bed every night at 4. But the last couple nights, as Ed would know, was the tournament. So I watched basketball till like 1 a.m. on my phone while walking around. And then I've got this kid here that wants to fish till the sun comes up. So
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't sleep. I don't sleep much like when I'm home either. Like Kate knows. I'll sleep when I'm dead, man. I want as much time as I can get.
Facts. How's your 4-inch cot, Roger?
What do you do?
It's good. It's packed up and ready for some sleep.
He's like,
ready to go for another trip, huh?
Good.
Oh God, my stuff has been packed. I was thinking about that the other day because I had it out for a little bit and I put on about 100 miles. And anyway, I'm looking at it. It's just, shit, the way I have everything put up, I could be probably packed and on the road within a half an hour. It's like, I don't know.
My family packed for probably a day and a half. And then she asked me 30 minutes before we were going to go, are you going to pack your shit or what? And I walked in and packed it in 10 minutes and been living the dream.
That's impressive.
It don't take much for me. I need like 3 hoodies, 6 t-shirts, some undies, some socks, 2 pairs of Dickies and shorts. My toothbrush and all that stuff is always in my bag because we travel so much anyways for races. So ready to go.
That's cool.
Trying to find a new spot.
Where you want to go, dude?
Aww, little baby voice.
Guess we're going to walk and find a new spot now.
I think
He caught all the sharks here.
I'll smoke that.
Where are you planning on going? I don't want to walk.
I think I talked about all the
block,
exciting things I wanted to talk about. We're shipping plants.
Otherwise, like straight across.
All the Leahs are out.
Like our feet.
Yep.
The mushroom meetings.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's 25% off 2020 Mendocino this month because they're breeder of the month.
We got some World of Seeds is germinated as well, don't we?
Yeah, we have Mazar times great white shark plants available.
Okay. And the one that I just did, Kate, wasn't that a World of Seeds? Star
Yeah,
47,
she said 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, 2020 Mendocinos are breeder of the month, so they're 25% off this month. All their strains. Because we have a new breeder every month to keep it fun and exciting for everyone.
There you go. Yeah, keep it interesting.
Yeah, we want to keep you titillated. Just saying.
Just saying.
Keep you
So what were you saying, Kate, about
I didn't say anything. My internet's so bad tonight that I'm not really talking a lot because I can't hear a lot.
It took like it was unraveling. And it was
Yeah.
Everyone's
I
chilling.
think everybody's internet's pretty bad, especially Jet coming in as always.
Every time. Or don't put it in your pocket.
Don't put it in
Don't
your
put it
pocket.
in your pocket. Ah, cheeks. No,
Was he
we've
on
been
his
busy.
pocket?
Yeah. Aw. That boat, it looks huge behind him. It's insane.
It's pretty big.
That looks big.
That's hobo. No, scary.
That's like the one that they caught Jaws in. It really does look like the one they caught Jaws in.
Uh-huh.
Be careful.
No, like I was telling them earlier, every day on the beach, there's been like chunks of fish. Today was like a basketball-sized head of a stingray.
Gross.
Really?
The rest of it missing. We did see like a ton of dolphins this morning, like just going crazy where we
Oh.
swim.
Okay. Another thing on TikTok, they say it's illegal in the United States of America for humans to communicate with dolphins.
What?
For real, dude, Google it. It's real.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Is it illegal
So I
for
can't
humans
talk to family now?
communicate with dolphins?
Mhm. Yeah, it's illegal for humans to communicate with dolphins.
I mean, we are mammals.
I
It
know,
was
but
illegal
Make that
before?
illegal.
it's illegal. And so now people are theorizing, why is it illegal?
Because they're the smartest thing on this planet.
Uh-huh.
Well,
There's lots
I
of
don't know.
different theories.
Octopus might be smarter.
That's true too, but they probably
Douglas
talk to one
Adams
another.
wrote a good
I don't know
book.
if octopus are from this planet, so
Pretty weird,
Yeah.
especially how they'll just hang on to you and ride. But there was a good book by Douglas Adams called "So
like,
Long."
does
and Thanks for
does
All the
anyone
Fish."
remember Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Of course.
Remember all the dolphins left.
Yeah, that was "So Long and Thanks for All the Fish."
Yeah, the dolphins were the smart. They said on that movie, the dolphins were the smartest thing on earth. They knew what was coming and left.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there they
In
were,
your-
all
in your
heading up
free
into
time.
space.
Is that what you want to do?
Google it. You'll be like, what the fuck?
Okay, let's go back here. We'll put it in the van. Yeah, we really watched that like, I don't know, only like a week ago, right before I left, me and Hickman. And that movie is really good. We had a blast watching it.
Yeah, Douglas Adams was one of my favorites. I've read everything that he had.
Okay,
Damn,
so
why not have
it's
the
not
key?
illegal to try to communicate with them. It's illegal to try to harass wild dolphins in the sense of like you can't just like fucking get in the water and blast your idea of dolphin sounds at them.
Yeah, do it on the side.
Yeah.
But that's exactly the first thing I'd want to do. It'd be like,
Okay, but you can't do that because like you know how they're like, oh, all these whales fucking beach themselves or like doomsday fish.
That's good.
It's because like you know, all those sounds fuck with them. So if you're like, I think I want to communicate with a dolphin, so I'm gonna get in the water and blast them dolphin tunes, but really it makes like a pod of whales beach themselves.
There you go, buddy.
Dumb, you know.
Oh, he didn't see that.
But
No, I'm sure he
except with
didn't.
Crystal, that's why I have a problem with TikTok because it makes it seem like it's some like, oh, they don't want you talking to the dolphins. Like the dolphin's not going to give you some fucking government
They might.
secret, man. They just don't want you killing fish because you're stupid and think that the dolphin wants to know what you have to say. Like
well, I'd like to think that a dolphin would want to be friends with me.
everyone likes to think that, and that's why they're
I
like, leave
think the
fucking
dolphin is
They don't want to
gonna.
be your friend.
It's gonna tell you the secrets of the universe.
Yeah, I might know some shit.
That's what they're scared of. They're going to tell you that the pyramids aren't what we think they are and that we've
I
been
think
lied
they're
to
like,
this whole
hey, the
time.
Coast Guard is tired of saving people getting fucking sexually assaulted by dolphins.
Did
Yes, that
anyone
is true.
notice?
There is
Did
something.
anyone notice the lidar on the pyramids that they're now seeing that they're?
Yes. They had
Oh
a
my
conference
God.
on March 19th in Egypt. They had a fucking real conference. That's not just on TikTok. It was a real government thing.
Yeah, no, this was real
It
science,
was
and they
real
actually did
scans.
it a long time ago. They just now released it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what it means. There's lots of different
I'm seeing the bill.
hypotheses.
It like they said that it was almost
Stop talking. You're not allowed to talk on this trip.
Oh boy.
That's so cute. Seeing
Oh, dude,
Jasper
if I let him
chatting
talk,
out.
he's as bad as I am. He's worse than I am.
Oh
I was
my
like, I want to hear
god.
some
If you
like, what
can
is he, like,
honestly
13?
believe that, he's worse than I am. If I let him start talking, it'd never end.
How
Is
old?
he 15?
Well, he looks 15 because he's like 3 inches shorter than me, but he's actually 12.
12.
Aw.
I thought 13 now, but I
So
would love
he's
to hear 12-year-olds conspiracy theories. My kids are fucking hilarious.
last night when we walked back, he spent 10 minutes of the trip showing me some, what was it, Coyote Jones?
no. The one dude that exploring the Everglades.
This guy exploring the Everglades, like grabbing snakes and alligators, and
Oh, I've seen that dude before.
he is pretty crazy. Like multiple times he was like surrounded by like 15 alligators.
This
I think
cowboy
it's the
dude?
dude that was in the tent, right? The one night and like opened the tent and there was like 15 of them sitting right outside his tent.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
dude was
guys, look,
standing
both
around
my
in the water
cats.
with the lights off.
Yeah. But yeah, the pyramids, I don't know. I mean, like, when are we going to, especially with like Gobekli Tepe or whatever, when are we just going to admit that the history we were taught is wrong? I mean,
It's
whether we
bullshit,
thought it was
yeah.
right at the time, I'm not saying that they like purposely lied to us, but why are we holding on to like what we were taught when it's so apparently obvious that that's not what happened? Like, either there
They
was a lost civilization that was who knows how many years ago that might have even been more technologically advanced than us, or no matter what, it wasn't what we thought. There ain't no way those people built those pyramids with the tools that we claim they had.
Okay, but have you ever seen those, like, there's like a dude specifically in England
There's
that
a dude
like,
in Florida, it's called the coral whatever, that moved all that stuff using frequencies.
yes,
I'm
I've
well
seen that
aware, but
too.
he didn't move it 200 miles from a quarry that's 200 miles away. I'm sorry, that just didn't happen. Like, and if they did something we can't do.
I have another fun fact find. They also the Noah's Ark in the mountains over there. They tested that and they came up it was wood.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
That one I've heard some things back and forth on that
But
I
it
don't
was a
know
new
enough
test
about
they
that.
just did because now they've like eased up on letting people over there.
And I'm definitely not saying I'm right. I mean, I'm wrong all the time, but I
I don't know.
truly believe that whatever we're being told about the pyramids isn't what really happened. And I believe archaeologists that have studied their whole
Yeah.
life don't want to give up and say, wow, I've pretty much spent my whole life teaching this and it's wrong. Like, I wouldn't want to do that either.
I think they're gonna
That's
find that
tough.
library under the Sphinx soon, and then they're gonna find all that ancient texts and shit's about to be blown wide open.
I
Just
think
saying.
there's people that have known about this forever or a very long time. If you're telling me no one went in those pyramids and seen what's going on all the way through or under that is just a crock of shit. There ain't no human alive that didn't go it. You know, when you found that, you went in. So they didn't tell us for some reason why, I don't know. You know, it could be for our own good. It could be just because they're selfish and want to know or whatever. I don't know, but
Well, I think it was the foundation for all of the religions that are out there because there are so many similarities between them, and those religions basically turned into social control units, and how they would, say, well, if you don't tithe 10% of whatever you make, you're going to go to hell. It's a God's word on that.
well, yeah, for
And
sure. And
I think that's where they came from, and those that from who probably built those pyramids, you know.
Well, it's just like
talk about-
the Vatican holding all those secrets, you know, like I think a lot of the secrets they hold are just what you said. Like even their own teachings in the Christian Bible, like when you go to the book of Enoch or all the stuff that were in the Dead Sea Scrolls,
Yeah.
you find out real quick that like God said God, just talking about God is church. So they don't want that to get out. So they took some of the books out, like the book of Enoch and the book of whatever, which I don't understand how you can have, I can't remember what it is, 71 books, and then only use 61 of them and say the other 10 are bullshit. Well, then what makes the other 60 true? Like, why would 10 be bullshit and 60 be true? Like, what? He got halfway through a documentary and was like, let's make up 10, but let's do it from the start. Like, none of that makes any sense whatever. So,
No, you're
like,
right.
if you look into the book of Enoch, which Enoch was Noah's great grandpa or great great grandpa,
Mm-hmm.
that book pretty much sounds like when he goes to see God, he almost goes to like a spaceship or a place that's similar that has controls and all this crazy shit going on. So like I can see why they wouldn't want that to get out, because then you might not believe it the way they want you to believe it and give your money to them. But
Yeah. I read the book of Enoch and the Dead Sea Scrolls.
it's crazy. So like me personally, that's what I believe. I believe there's Nephilim. And when people talk about what's running it, you know, like I think it has to do with the Nephilim. So, and I'm, like I said, I'm wrong all the time, and I'm a
say they're
fucking
waking up.
weirdo, but I don't know. When you read that book, it says when the flood happens that all of them didn't end up dying. Some of them went underground and continued to roll on. Like, I don't know. It's super weird, but, and then, like I said, humans themselves making the, like, even if you take the science we're taught, the jump we made in intelligence, like, doesn't even fit evolution.
Nope.
It happened way too fast. Like it's nothing else in the history that we have has ever done anything even remotely close to that. Kind of seems like maybe the DNA was tampered with, especially now with CRISPR and us tampering with DNA and seeing what it can do. It kind of seems like something fucked with us from being a caveman Neanderthal to what we are now. But I don't, you know, like I said, this is just a ton of information that some random dude on YouTube spit into you. So how much can you say it's true or not? I don't know.
You just take what resonates with you.
Yeah, like I believe the Titanic was purposely sunk.
Mm-hmm.
It seems way too convenient that the ship that
All
was
the rich
identical
people
to
were in
it, the ship that was identical to it got into a wreck. They wouldn't cover it on insurance. So then they switched the stickers. Like I truly believe the Titanic wasn't the Titanic. And there's actual pictures of the other boat's name on tons of the like equipment on the ship from real photos of the Titanic. And then also on there was all the bankers and most powerful people in the world that were against the Federal Reserve.
No, you're right.
And the people that were supposed to be on it, like Rockefeller and Morgan and all them, just conveniently canceled at the last minute, leaving just the people that were against what they wanted. And none of them made it out, which is also weird because all the rich people and wives and children got off first. So how did the most powerful people in the world manage not to get on a life raft? Like all of it seems extremely fishy to me. And like hitting an iceberg in a boat, like, come on, man. Like, that seems crazy too. When's that ever happened again? In all of history, it's never happened. Like it's a what? There's no way. Like there's too many coincidences there for me to buy it. But
okay, so what really happened with the Edmund Fitzgerald, Jasper?
well, that I just think sunk. It got up on two waves and it was really cold and there was nothing special about it. And unfortunately, those dudes in that cold water can't make it.
Yeah.
I just really love people because
Yeah,
we're like dolphins definitely want to talk to us, but also like we can't just believe that we like threw human slaves at pyramids until they were built and any of the other stuff. You know, like I was reading this thing the other day, they found these like little dolls in this like temple in South America somewhere. And it was like significant because they were like super fucking old and they had heads that came off with the ability to like have strings through them. And instead of being like, it's clearly a child's toy, they were like,
Correct. Well, like that. So, like a lot of what's it, and I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, but the Globeki Teka or whatever.
I think you're saying
Peppy?
it right.
Sure. There you go. But yeah, sure, bud. That one is that's already proved to us that we were wrong. Like they're admitting it. It's not even like a debate. It's now archaeologists, scientists, everyone on the planet knows that it wasn't just 5,000 years ago that people were somewhat smart and had tools. It's now 10 to 13, possibly 15,000 years. So like if we've already been wrong once, how is it such a leap to say that like we're wrong again?
Yeah, it's not.
And I say this all the time. Everyone will always say to me, like, well, what about science and what about facts? Well, years and years and years ago, if you thought the earth was round and it wasn't square and you would fall off the edge, you were a fucking idiot. Until Christopher Columbus went around it and came back and was like, bro, something's weird. I didn't fall off. And now that became fact. So, like, why is it so crazy to think in this very short time we've been around that we might be wrong?
We're human. No way. We're right.
Exactly. Well, we're American, so I'll
Americans,
argue when I'm wrong, no matter what, just because America.
well, so what I'm saying is they found these little things that I would say are pretty obviously children's dolls. And they're like, the ruler probably had them crafted as like idols of himself. So then when he wasn't there, he could like watch the people.
Yeah.
Like, how can you fucking possibly extrapolate their complex systems of belief based on 3 clay dolls that you found? Like, it is far easier to ascribe meaning to things that aren't there. Like if you look at like the poster for the Halloween movie, it like looks like there's like some shit hidden in it. And the dude that drew it's like fantastic. Thank you guys for finding that. I appreciate the Easter egg. I definitely didn't put it in there on purpose though. Like it's far easier to go back and say like, oh, I bet they did this on purpose. Or I bet they thought this based on this. And they're not around to fucking argue it. But if you look at the amount of things that they found and they're like, oh, they're like sex idols. Like, no, probably not. Sure. You know, there's oh God, I can't remember the dude's name now. He's like he's like 20. He's like Milo is his name, but I don't remember his like TikTok name. But he debunks a bunch of the like the dumber conspiracy theory shit. Like these were giant steps and stuff.
Well, yeah, but even in that scenario right there, you can prove or disprove anything if you want to. Like I could make a video claiming that the Smithsonian stole these giants skeletons, which there's actual fact on that too, newspaper articles, all sorts of stuff that prove that at one
Even
point the Smithsonian was given these giant skeletons and claimed they lost them. And then claimed, well, they weren't really what they thought they were. That's why we didn't keep them. But like, I could also go the other way and say, see, look, they said it wasn't what they thought they were. So is the Smithsonian going to lie to us? No way. But then to say no one will lie to you, everyone's a liar.
Libby, pull up
I have never met a person that don't lie or embellish a story from now to then, or especially if there's financial gain involved in this or some sort of stakes, you're definitely going to.
Libby, pull up a picture of an elephant foot skeleton.
I ain't going to walk through 1,000 people talking like a fucking retard.
Now tell us the truth. I need to hear how you really feel.
No, Noah's like, hey, let's go down to the busiest part of this place where there's like 4,000 college kids and old drunk cougars and stuff. And he's like, let's go down there. And I'm like, bro, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs right now about the most retarded shit anyone would ever listen to. And you want me to go walk around to 4,000 people and do that?
Yeah.
Hell no. We're already pushing my luck because I'm coming up where all the fishers are.
Well,
I actually respect them.
Trying to find one.
Home Depot does sell giant skeletons. So I really like the idea that like 600 years ago, if you had a big bone and a good story, you could be a hero in any new town you went to, you know? Like,
yeah, okay, so like that's a good
like
point too. That like
skull,
even though the Smithsonian has record of taking these, they very well could be fake or like explained as something else, but we wouldn't know because it's so long ago. There really isn't someone you can like, hey man, what do you think? You know, like they don't know anymore. It's all a story that's passed down.
Is there one that shows like a elephant skeleton next to a human foot?
Yeah. There's a few, I can see them. There's a few of them. They look almost identical.
Yeah, so elephants basically walk on their tippy toes, and they got a big ass fat pad underneath what would be our heel. So if you just found an elephant leg and it no longer had that fat pad, yeah, look at that shit. It basically looks like a giant human foot, right?
Right there, you can see the line of it. Right there.
Why are you wanting to go up there?
To sit up there?
No, let's keep walking.
So I'm not saying there was never
Identical.
giant. But I think it's
Identical. Right
probably
there.
a
Look
lot
like
more
same
likely
thing. Yep.
that we found some big ass other bones.
Well, then, like
ours.
So, like, there's another one you could prove either way or say that's something, and I don't even know if people argue this, but I just thought of it. Look how many things have, like, parts of us. We're so close to a pig, yet we're so close to a monkey, yet an elephant has
Even
a
a
foot like
mushroom.
us. At least me, common sense-wise, and like I said, all this could be wrong and explained, but it almost seems like something put all this here. Like, we'll change this up a little bit and make this, and then we'll change this up and make it looks like my kid making a drawing or making a play area with all the animals and GI Joes. Like,
Okay, but like, how many elements are there? It's like the
well, I don't
same
know.
thing-
What is it like?
same problem as like a
100?
fucking.
Well, actually, didn't we just find new ones like Stesium 113 and stuff? So, like, once again,
Ooh.
how many are there? Do
Well,
we
okay,
even
so
know
what they're
how many
doing to those-
cannabinoids are there?
What they're
We
doing
can
don't
to
know
only
those
yet.
test for
elements that they're
12, but
technically
there's like
discovering-
what, 98?
There's so many.
So, like, that's what I'm getting at is like, are we advanced enough to really claim we know anything? We're literally like babies if you think about it in terms of how long. If you go by science right now and you take out, what was it, Globeki Tepe? Did I get that right, Kate?
Close enough.
Okay, so like if you take that out of the equation, we're only 5,000 years old, or at least 5,000 being like this. What the
What do you
fuck
mean?
do we know? Like,
Dude.
look where we started and where we are. We're not even that far.
Right.
And we're all about to disappear to AI.
Well,
I promise you, AI will win. It's ridiculously smarter than us, and it will gain consciousness quick. I believe. But once again, I'm a fucking idiot. So
But even that, is it going to be the same consciousness as you have? We just like anthropomorphizing things to
watch
understand them
Westworld.
in the way that we. Watch
I would
Westworld.
tell everyone to watch Westworld.
Mm.
If you want to know where we're going, Westworld is it. If you want to know why they want all our data, Westworld is it. Or you could watch Devs. Devs gives a good explanation for why they want all this data, why they want to record you everywhere. Westworld shows you how they get to your thoughts, and then once they get to your thoughts, then they really know what you think, not just what you project, because everyone projects differently to everyone they're around, because most people are trying to get something.
So you think that's the Neuralink's secret weapon? Is that it's collecting your brain waves as you're going about your day-to-day business, so they can
Well,
really.
for sure, Neuralink would do it, but
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are going to jump onto having something put in their head. So, like, Neuralink's going to take some time, but I'm sure eventually they're going to be able to map out brainwaves, put a hat on you that could read your thoughts. And that's what they claim in Westworld, that everyone. So, Westworld is a TV show for anyone that don't know. Westworld is a TV show about a theme park. The first season is about a theme park with robots that you go to. They look absolutely real. You can't even tell the difference between the robots and you. And you can go there, and the idea of the theme park is you can do whatever you want. You can be the bad guy. You can go rape all the chicks and kill everyone you want and have the whole law look for you. Or you can be the hero and go try to save the girls and do all this stuff. Or you can just go there and just screw chicks and just goof off, like, or whatever you want, or go there with a family. But at some point, the guy who creates the robots, which is Anthony Hopkins, which does an amazing job in it.
Yeah.
What ends up happening is he loves the robots. He built them, and he thinks they're better than us. So he starts giving them their memory. So every night at this park, they wash the memory out of these robots. And they start fresh with the routine that's programmed into them. Well, he slowly starts letting them have memory and quits washing them and opens their program up so that there's no limitations to it. Now this thing can just do whatever it wants to do and also remember what's been done to it. And really, like, through, at least my opinion, through the show, once he does that, you can slowly see that that is consciousness. It starts making its own decisions. It has empathy. It has. So then you get to the second season and the robots rebel and they get off the island. One of them does.
Oh.
Now, once they get off this island, as it's it went and made a new robot that looked like one of the head people that don't
The
ever
robot
get
did?
checked. Yes, that don't
The
ever get
escaped
checked
robot
to
did.
come on and off
Okay.
the island. So that's
Okay.
how it gets off. Once it gets off, it stole a machine to make more robots, and it makes 6 versions of itself. And then the third season is where you find out about the data. So in the third season, all this data they collected off all the humans at the park by them wearing cowboy hats or whatever hat or, you know, get up you got for whatever part of the park you're in. They now have all your brainwaves and everything. She goes through, makes 6 of these. The data was to build this machine that sends out frequencies through the air that controls the human race. So now, because AI is so smart and they have all this data, they can now tell like what type of person you're going to be. And then they can manipulate the things around you so you don't kill your wife.
Oh.
They make her leave for that day that they knew you were going to freak out because AI is so good. Like our phones are almost already good enough to know what our next moves are or what we want to buy. This is more advanced. So now they can know exactly what you're going to do and they control the world. Well, when the robot gets out, the robot realizes, okay, all these humans killed all of us for years, but we did get to come back to life. She wants to give him a chance. So she starts fighting both sides to make it so that humans and robots get an equal shot at restarting this. And you don't have this machine running the world and you have free choice again. Well, then in the 4th season, one of the robots that she created of herself, like, goes crazy and ends up taking over the humans because the robots will take us over really quick. And then she reverses the roles and makes the humans the theme park that they go to.
That the robots go to?
Yes.
But they let the humans live?
Yep. And then there was supposed to be a 5th season, but they never ended up getting it done because of COVID and all this crap. And the 5th season was where all the humans die, all the robots die, because one of the robots decides none of this is right. Humans or robots don't belong on this planet. All we are is a cancer. So he sets the frequency for the robots that gets broadcast to like chaos mode, and you want to kill anything around you. And in the end, the one girl that started all this lives and pulls through and goes into a like AI universe that isn't even like real, like a virtual reality or
I thought you were going
simulation.
to say a Radio Shack and bought a Roomba.
Nah, they're probably not around in the future anymore. Radio Shack's not that cool.
And then she was allowed to talk to dolphins.
But yeah, I think AI will eventually run that playbook pretty much.
I think Westworld is just like, don't make those sex robots too smart. That's the whole
Yeah,
point.
but we're already making them.
Kate
I know,
loves
and they're like, better not.
She smiled the whole time. That was so cute.
So, like, here's a cool fact. Anyone that watched Oppenheimer? So a cool fact is when they created the A-bomb, there was like 12 scientists involved with it. 6 of them said that we were going to destroy the planet. The other 6 said, we think, not even a for sure, but we're pretty sure this will work. And a general that knew nothing really about it made the decision. That's humans. So, like, no one's going to not keep going with AI. And if you keep going with it, eventually, I mean, I know everyone hates Elon or, you know, like a group of people. I don't know why we got to be groups. You can't just be people, but a group of people hate Elon right now, but he is one of the smartest people on this planet. Like, you don't land rockets from space and no one's ever done it before. You know what I mean? He's fairly smart, and he's
Oh,
very
he
tied
is.
into
He
computers.
is.
He's putting chips into people's brains and now making them see and making them do things that we've never even dreamed of. That guy believes that if we keep going with AI, this is what's going to happen. And he like 100% believes it, not like 90. He's like, oh no, this is where it'll go. We will eventually become AI. We won't, this is the evolution of humans.
So then why
Pretty
is he
much like Neanderthal to us.
But if he believes that, then why does Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it is have its own AI system?
Well, because just like he says, they're going to make it whether I make it or not. So why not be the first and try to have some type of control? He's the one right now
Why not
arguing
be the
more than
one pulling
anything
the
to have
strings?
control on it.
See, that's the thing. That's what makes me think that it's bullshit, though. Is if it's like, oh, it's gonna doom humanity, so I better doom it first or whatever. That's the fucking crack of shit.
Yeah, but I guess my question to you is, if you know China's building one, do you want them in control of it?
Do I want Elon Musk in control of one? Do I want anyone?
I'm
in
not saying
control
that's
of
right
Elon?
either, but I can see why he thinks he's better than them. If you're asking why he would do that, I would do that too. If I could be the one, I would choose to be the one. I feel like I'm a better person than most people, whether I am or not is a whole other discussion. But
Use emerald money and buy some companies that could do it too.
I'm just saying that, like, I see why he wants to. I would too. I don't trust anyone else. I trust myself more than someone else. So I would rather be the guy. But like I said, I'm not trying to argue that he's a good guy or not or anything. I'm just saying he's a very intelligent human being. A lot of people want to call him a moron right now. I don't see that with my common sense. I see a very smart dude. I see a very weird dude. If you've ever watched him in interviews, he's very quirky and isn't really the greatest speaker. But a lot of smart guys were like that. If you ever go back and watch video of like Nikola Tesla, he wasn't a good speaker. He sounded very odd. But yet 90% of what we use today is credited to Nikola Tesla. So, like, in my opinion,
Nikola
there's
Tesla
no one
died.
smarter than Tesla. But
Well, he died poor and alone.
yeah, and then the government came in and took every single file he had.
Yeah, it was really sad.
But that's my point.
I know.
He
The only
proved he
reason
could
I'm
send
not
wireless power in like the 1892 World's Fair. Nikola Tesla sent power from New York to like Virginia wirelessly. And then JP Morgan discredited him because you can't charge for wireless power. So
Yep.
that's why he ended up becoming like not credited anymore.
What were you saying, Cooter?
What do I think?
Yeah, what were you saying?
Oh, I don't remember.
You're talking about Nikola Tesla. You got excited.
I was very close to owning one, but the insurance rates in Michigan on it were too high. They quoted me $2,200 for 6 months. I'm like, can't be right. And so she rechecked it, and well, it's like, yeah, nope, I'm not driving a Tesla. But now the way the prices are falling, oh hell yes. My son has two. He has a Cyber Beast, and he has the Y, and they love them.
I don't know. His cars seem cheap to me, and I'm not a fan of electric. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not arguing for the dude at all. But
it is a toy. You got to understand that about this thing. It's not that it's such great utility or whatever or fashion. I guess it is just pure fun. Absolutely. I mean, we sat in his driveway, and his wife had taken it to the mall and parked there. And my son looked at his phone. He says, "Oh, well, look, here's a guy walking up to it." And he's just kind of looking over. So he made the car fart at him.
Oh my God.
that's pretty hilarious.
It is just a toy. And now it's self-driving. Shit, I met him in Indianapolis a few months back, and he said he fell asleep 3 times driving to Indianapolis. He just kicked back, heavy sunglasses on, and took a little snooze,
Wow.
Wasn't there a guy from Oklahoma, Limpy, that was racing one with us?
Yeah, he has one.
he like stripped it out, like, so there's nothing in it, as much weight as he could get out, and then like brings a crazy generator with him and like charges it to max right before he races or whatever. But it did pretty good. I think it won True Street or Daily Driver or something.
Yeah, my son's truck.
Hartshorn.
Yeah, he's got the beast. So it's the 3-motor, and on the panel there's a button there, and you just hit it. It's called launch. And the front end of the truck lowers, the back end raises, and as soon as you touch the throttle, you're gone. I mean, just you're laid back, like at least your cars, I'm sure. And yeah, it's a rush. So like I say, it's just a huge ass toy. Just fun.
Look up Edison truck. It's a Canadian Edison Motors. It's a Canadian company, but they have they're developing like axle generated whatevers. So they're like perpetual electric, basically truck kits. So you can convert any pickup truck you have to an electric truck. But they also make semi-truck kits and semi-trucks. But
I tell you, there'll be a lot of people laid off when trucks become autos. You know, just program them and down the road they go. They'll be satellite steered. And I
think it'll be a long time before they take a driver out of a truck, though.
I don't know. It's getting really, really. I mean, they have driverless cabs. Could you see Jimmy Kimmel
as demo things?
They did that with Jimmy Kimmel's aunt. I don't know if you've ever seen it. He does pull pranks on her, and he had her at the studio, and then the guy got out in one of the driverless ones and sat in the driver's seat. And then when she came out of the building to get in of the cab, he got out, went around, opened the door, closed, and as he goes to close the door, his stomach makes a real growling noise, or he cut one, I don't know. And he says, "Oh, I got to go to the restroom." He leaves, and the car takes off. There's nobody else in the car but Aunt, whatever her name is. God, that was a hoot. She's just back there screaming. Ah! So, anyway.
That was a hoot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to call it a night, y'all. My computer light's blinking. But I had fun talking with you all.
Yeah. Hell yeah, it was good being back.
Nice to see everybody again.
Yeah, sure. Y'all have a great night and see you next week.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Have fun in Florida. Have fun.
Oh,
you know
Fly safe.
Later. Ugh.
Oh.
Any motor can be generator. Yeah. Ugh.
So hopefully we got Jeff's car back together here in a week or two.
Yeah. Which I totally thought you were down in Florida for the race. You were going to go watch it or whatever. I totally forgot. I didn't know that you were vacationing.
Yeah. Like I said, if we got invited, we would have made sure we had Jeff's car ready and been down here, but we weren't in no hurry, so we wanted the transmission checked out, so we took that to Capizzi. The oil leak that we had at Amoki ended up being the cam plug pushed out on the back. So you know how Jeff is. They went to the machine shop and built some badass billet cover now, so we won't have to worry about that again. And then my car right now is at bipolar getting the Coyote put in.
Hell yeah.
Which I'm super excited about. My theory with it, because we want a backside with it, is that now I can leave on more boost and more RPM, so it should be more consistent.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, man.
Yeah, and you ain't got a. What was you doing before? You was adding timing or whatever.
Yeah, I'd have to pull time. Well, I just, with the motor that I had, it's like you could never, on backside or shitty street stuff, you're always leaving on 6 pounds. And what I've, at least in my experience, like when you leave down low like that, the turbo doesn't want to like run the same curve all the time. Like it'll kind of sometimes take like a quarter or half a second longer to get to where I want it to go or whatever. I notice like when we go to places like War in the Woods and we leave on like 10 pounds or whatever, it tends to just follow the curve perfectly. So with a Coyote and the way less torque, and talking to Brian White, you're going to leave higher. So the turbo tends to be more consistent. Plus, it takes 100 pounds off my front end. So I'm pretty excited about running it. Plus, like I said, my grandpa can roll back over in his grave because we put a Ford back in it.
Yeah. There you go.
No more of that calling me a queer LS Mustang, dude.
You had a CT scan and almost shit yourself. Oh boy.
Oh man.
That ain't good. That just
No.
don't sound very good.
I've had a few CAT scans. That's from hitting my head. So that's probably why like this last hour of me talking was a product of that.
Oh. Yeah. When y'all leaving?
I think Friday. So yeah, I think I'm gonna probably go try and watch that with you guys.
Yeah. I know. I think we're doing something Friday night. You heard?
I did. Which is sweet at that same spot.
I don't know. I don't know where we're going, but
if they go to that same spot, that'd be
not that same spot. It'll be on the other side of it'll be the East Coast.
Because that would have been sweet because they're all going to be set up for that shitty surface, and man, that'd be a good race.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a good weekend of racing.
Yep. You got, and congrats to the winners out at all winners this weekend, I guess. Just say. But,
yeah, there's a few of them. Digger Die happened. We didn't even touch on Digger Die. God dang it.
Digger Die.
That was wild. Ryan was rolling with that compressed air. I can't believe the shit that dude does. Like, that dude could switch to a 2JZ tomorrow and murder it.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely got shit figured out.
That car just fucking works.
Well,
congrats to Patches, Charles. Well, he was in Houdini, I think. Was it Houdini or Patches he won with? I can't remember. But Charles won, small tire. Bradshaw won the buyback race. I think Patches won 26-inch on Friday night too.
Yeah.
Brian actually made some updates so that car would never jump like that again.
Yeah. Jonathan Bailey won twice this weekend. He was the runner-up at when Dean won True Street at War in the Woods at one time.
Yeah. I did see Justin Lee won Little Gangsters at that race that Russell was at.
Yeah. And Brandy won this weekend.
Trying to think. I thought someone else won too. Didn't they do something up by those New York guys or something?
I can't remember who all won.
Shout out to Dirty Dollars.
$30. That teaser video is fire. I'd play it, but I didn't get fucking copyright strike or whatever.
I sent Devin a song today.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, man, dude, you got to use this for an edit. Like, this is you guys. This will work. Hopefully he does, because it'll be sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess, Limpy, there's no better time than now. I'll see you Wednesday or Thursday.
Yep. See y'all
all right,
later.
everyone. We'll see you next Monday.
Hit up them sponsors, E's and B's, Sticky, Icky, and if you want on tilt, if you want Limpy gear, you can get on tilt as well. So,
yeah,
later.
And check out the seed seller. Put in 15%. Limpy, type in Limpy 15 and you get 15% off for all those outdoor grows and indoor grows you're gearing up for.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Y'all be good.
See you
Later.
guys.